you like guns? Well, I hope so. Welcome to the wonderful world of firearms and firepower. First is the AR-15 or M16. It's called a Valmet. It fires the same round as the AK-47. It is the finest battle rifle in the world, in my opinion. Here it is. No, I'm just kidding.
I was kidding, folks.
Looks like fun, doesn't it? Ah. It's also a lot of fun. Full auto, too. Well, hello there. I'm just an ordinary businessman on his way to work with his little briefcase. You go on about your business, you see? This is post-ammo letdown.
What is going on, everyone? Sorry, the video got a little jumpy there, but you know the deal. Lethal Weapons. Very, very close. Right around the corner. We didn't promote this live stream at all, so I know there's not a whole lot of people watching tonight, but that makes it just more exclusive for those that are. Tonight we have a very special guest, someone that really should have been on a long time ago. She's a little nervous, all right, so take it easy on her. But I'm here to ask all the tough questions to our guest tonight, and I can say whatever I want. Word of warning, our guest tonight can be a little anti-Semitic sometimes. I've said it before, she's not great with, asking for your preferred pronouns. So I want everyone to know kind of what we're getting ourselves into tonight with this guest. Okay? She believes in conspiracy theories. All right? She listens to Typo Negative all of a sudden. She's kind of going through a little bit of a phase. But we'll bring her up in just a second. I see a ton of people in the comments. What are you guys doing tonight, man? It's a Monday night. Very busy day at work for everyone today, I'm sure. I think we got Davernov in the comments. Where'd he go? Let me go find him. All the way from Brooklyn. Got our homie Davernov. Just got to run that FAL chest rig the other day. Super freaking sick. If I can shoot lethal weapons, I'm going to run that chest rig and run an FAL. That's going to be awesome. Jerry K, I see you're in the comments. Luke B. Slavic weapon. There he is again. Pascal, all the way from Germany. I'm sure it's like 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning for this guy. But I appreciate him watching. So Pascal's about to be a world traveler again. He's coming to Texas for like a really long time. He's going to go do all the Texas stuff. He might even go to a Buc-ee's. He's going to crash at our place for a night or two. We can't wait to have our German friend over and smoke some cigars and have a good time. It's going to be a really freaking good time. What's going on, Jerry? Hey, we got Ryan in the chat too. Very cool. All right. Let's bring this music level down just a scotch, and then I'm going to bring in our smoking hot, super fine guest, Miss Rachellabella107. She made me say this. 12,000 followers on Instagram. Okay, I said it. She makes me do that every time. Here we go.
What up, guys?
I don't know why you're always flexing on people with your Instagram followers. I never do that.
I never do that, so I don't know where that's coming from.
Yeah, you'll get random DMs, and you're like, I don't know why they're talking to me. They don't have any followers on Instagram. And I'm like,
you're
hey,
such a liar. Stop. Don't start.
You got that puppy with you?
Yeah,
oh, he ran off. He'll come back.
Did. He'll be back.
How's the
What's going on, everyone?
How's the music level on your end? Too loud? Not loud enough? I just don't want it to be distracting.
No, I think it's fine. I can still hear it a little.
So, we're like engaged or whatever.
Yep, we are 76 days away from the wedding right now. No, wait, 75.
That's one less than 76.
Yeah, and it's going by super fast.
It's going by so fast. So fast.
Nine years.
Hey, before we get into these comments, If there are any people here that maybe don't know who you are, maybe they've literally never seen you in a video, who are you exactly?
Well, my name is Rachel. I'm Clayton's fiance.
It's my slave
You're
name.
What? We're going to talk about
Clay.
how I got into shooting with him. So that's going to be a good subject tonight. It's a little about me.
What's your favorite crime?
Oh, I don't think people can handle this. Okay. So you know that little tag on the mattress where it says don't pull or don't remove?
Mm-hmm.
That's my favorite crime because
Shut
you don't
up.
want to get with a girl like me. I'm sorry.
Man,
That's
you're trouble.
dangerous. What about yours, Clayton? What's your favorite?
Mine?
Yeah.
Flipping the bird to little kids.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I've always talked about that. We were just talking about, I forget who I was talking to. Oh, my aunt at dinner last night when we went to Granny's house.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking about getting old and stuff, and she was talking about how Jordan's dad, he's at that age where he's like really crotchety and he's like really grabby and flirty and stuff and just says like a really bunch of inappropriate stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's probably the best part about getting that age. You can be super inappropriate and not have to apologize for anything. I'm looking forward to that.
It seems to be that way now with a bunch of older men. It's weird.
I'm really looking forward to that.
Yeah. Like, don't come around the corner. Don't look at me.
I'm coming around the corner. Don't look at
Don't look
me.
at me.
Thanks, Dav. I appreciate it.
What up, Davernoff?
So, first of all, lower your voice.
Okay.
Some people might have earbuds in and you're blowing out their eardrums.
Look, it's s'mores. Say hi.
It's Mortimus Maximus Prime, first of his name, of House Terrier. So I thought it would be really cool tonight to maybe talk about actually how much of a hand you have in the whole YouTube channel, Instagram, literally everything. Some people might not know. You are featured in a ton of the YouTube videos. You're on a bunch of the Instagram stuff, but maybe some people just don't know how much you actually do. Any video where there's someone holding the camera, like 99% of the time, Rachel's holding the camera for hours, traveling. Before she even shot matches, I would drag her to watch me shoot competitions just to have someone there to film so that I could have footage later to edit. I would drag her across country to Red October matches, like sleeping in the truck for 22 hours of a drive, in and out of hotels all the time, just going to match after match after match.
That's how it all
helping
started.
film.
When I just started traveling with you and watching you in these competitions, I'm like, I want to do it. I want to see if I can do it. And then I took my first carving class, and it's been history ever since. So, yeah, I've been behind the scenes a lot.
So, damn, it's been like, what, 9 years now?
Yes, babe, 9 years.
Well, that's why you're here, so that I don't forget. When we first met, how long did it take you to find out that I was like super into guns? I don't remember. I think I might have hid that from you for like a few months.
I think it's when I came over to your apartment the first time, and you had, sorry to say this, guys, but he had an AR-15, and it was that tan one, remember?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah. And then you got the AKX-9 not too long after that. So I think when you started like getting the AKX-9,
oh, you were there. So when we first started dating, I'm trying to remember. That's been 9 years ago. I think I had like a Krebs Custom AK, maybe. Damn, maybe that was even before your time. I have such a hard time remembering. But when we first met, I had more AR-15s than AKs. So this has been almost 10 years ago.
Yep.
I was getting into that transition period where I was starting to see like a bunch of, I didn't have a gun safe. I was starting to see a bunch of AR-15s kind of pile up in the closet. And I've always liked AKs, but at that time, I remember thinking, oh my God, the amount of money and time I just spent building these AR-15s. Like I ended up having like 3 that were, they all did the same thing. They all had the same like free-floated handguard. One was tan, one was black. I even had all like the little red bits on it because I thought it was cool.
Yeah.
Kind of like this, I don't even know where I'm pointing. Like this AK right here.
Yeah.
It's like backwards. I remember selling all of that stuff. Yeah, I had the AKX9 when they first came out.
I think that's when it got all fun for both of us, is when you got the AKX9, because that was the first thing
you're skipping ahead.
When?
When we first met, you had never even shot a gun before.
Right, that's correct.
And you might have been like 20 pounds lighter than you are now. I remember you were like super thin, kind of like shy and timid.
I looked like I didn't eat. I was so skinny.
Yeah, so I remember you'd never shot a gun before. I'm not even sure that you'd ever been around guns. And so now you're dating this dude that's got a closet full of them. And even me at the time, this is 10 years ago, I wasn't as into it as I am right now.
Right.
We met in, 2014?
Yes.
Okay, so I didn't even shoot my first match until 2016. So we dated 2 years before I really started getting into competition shooting.
Yeah, we moved in together a year after. So when I had my own place, and then you had to renew your on your apartment, that's when I moved in, was in 2016. And then you and Chris went to Red October the first time together. Mm-hmm. And that's when the competition started.
Yeah, it was 2016.
Mm-hmm.
It all happened in 2016. I remember I was hearing about Red October. I think I started the Instagram channel right before we left.
Yes.
Because you told me to.
Yep.
I thought Instagram was I was like, everybody know, it's for girls. Like, that's how I was back in 2016. I thought it was like a girl thing.
Instagram was just for pictures and stuff. Sadly, a lot of people used to take pictures of their damn food. But that's basically what it was before.
Yeah, my very first picture on Instagram was a really bad picture of the AKX9 in our old apartment on the carpet.
You know what's so funny? I scrolled all the way down to your Instagram a couple days ago. I was looking for something. I was like, oh my god, this first picture was AKX9. Yep, in our apartment. All right, let's get some questions.
So you're saying if we'd never met, I probably never would have started Instagram, because literally I had no interest in it.
Yeah.
Me starting Instagram because you telling me to and convincing me it was like a normal thing even dudes did. You're like, dudes post pictures of guns and cars and stuff on there. You might like it. I don't know. Had I never have done that, I never would have met anybody. None of the AK Files dudes, never would have met any of them in person.
J-Mac.
Never would have met J-Mac, Tony. Well, literally none of this would have ever happened had you not twisted my arm and said, just put a picture of your AKX9 on Instagram.
Babe,
what's the worst that's going to happen?
That. It's what you hear, like, oh, Instagram. But I was there at the right moment to let you know about it.
Mm-hmm.
So.
There's Jacob's in the chat too. I just bought a shirt from Jacob the other day.
Nice.
Jacob's got some really cool shirts. Artist with a Gun. You guys should check out his Instagram page.
Mm-hmm. He's the one who made the Buck Purvis picture.
Oh, I've got one pulled up right here. Hold on. He actually, it's so funny that he's here, and I have this pulled up. Check this out.
Ooh, we got someone from Conroe. Nice. Oh, yeah.
It's Buck Purvis and Sailor Shell.
Yes. I want to frame that and put it over our bed, because I'm tired of the king and queen thing. It looks lame.
Yeah, Jacob's done a lot of artwork. In fact, if you guys remember a lot of the really old Clayco videos, I used to have this opener. It was like a public access retro TV opener thing, and at the end of it, there was this hand-drawn picture of this character I do called Ivan. It's like the Pumas with the balaclava on and the beta drum and the dissipator. Jacob drew that, and I used to use that in all of my opening credits. I don't use it anymore because it's copywritten music and it's just a pain in the ass. But Jacob's done a lot of artwork. He did this one here. I'll show that to the camera. Jacob, I literally have your artwork everywhere, dude. He did Macho Man Randy Slavage.
Yeah,
that one.
Awesome.
We put these stickers everywhere. We use them for events and all kinds of stuff. But Jacob's really cool. He does commission work too. If you guys want to have a cartoon version of yourself done, Jacob can definitely do that.
That's awesome. I miss my gun like that. That was so pretty.
Here's another guy I got to shout out. Kalash Kamaz. Listen, this is one of those undiscovered gems on YouTube. This is a guy we shoot with all the time, John, and phenomenal AK shooter, has really good content. A lot of good AK-74 stuff. He's getting very fast. Definitely check out his YouTube channel if you like AK content specifically. He's got some really good stuff.
Yeah, he sure does. He's a good shooter, too.
I see Mr. Possum's here, too. There's another guy you guys gotta go follow. So many OGs in here.
Someone in here said they're from Conroe.
Cool.
I'm like, we're about
we're
30
near
minutes from them.
near that place.
Near that place. We got some questions.
Yeah, start dropping your questions for Rachel. I have not been paying attention to him, so ask him again. But I want to start off with a question. Do you remember the first match you ever shot? You probably felt forced because I was like making you try it. Do you remember the first time? Was it in Conroe or was it like in Corpus?
No, it was the Conroe one. It was the carbine matches that didn't really last. I think we were going there for about maybe 3 to 4 months. Mm-hmm. And then I took my first carbine class, like the main one, there too. And I was the only girl and everything. I was so nervous. And I had an AR-15 and my hair was super short. Oh my God, it was horrible. But anyways, I had fun. I learned a lot. But I get this question a lot from people if they want to start doing this stuff, especially women who are scared to like get into it with their men or whatever. Honestly, going to matches and just watching the people do it, learning from it, helps out so much more because it builds confidence. You're more comfortable. You're around your friends, all that. You're not around like all strangers doing just a class of that, but it's still good. So what do you think, babe? What do you want, Morty? Come here.
Yeah, like a common reoccurring thing that I see all the time is I'll get a message from a dude and the dude will be like, man, I have been trying so long to get my wife or girlfriend, a girl who is a friend, whatever, into shooting. Because if we're honest, like shooting, is kind of dominated by dudes. I think way more dudes are into shooting than girls are. And most of us have fiancés, wives, girlfriends, whatever. And I think the majority of guys, their situation is their girls are like okay with it, but they don't participate. I think a lot of girls just sort of say, well, that's his thing. I'm not really into it. He goes by himself and he does his thing.
Yeah, but
that used to be us for a while.
Yeah.
But
then you got me my first rifle. And I got to accessorize it the way I want, the Cerakote the way I want. And that is a good way to like show your woman, like, hey, you should try this hobby with me. And they're like, oh my God, this gun's beautiful. Yeah, I'll go try it, because.
Well, and you're also skipping ahead.
What?
I was like forcing you to like hold the camera and go to all these matches. So you're around it all the time. I think in the beginning, I felt bad because I felt like you were sitting there with nothing to do. There was no other girls to talk to. I was literally like dragging you out there to hold a camera. And I could tell you just weren't like enjoying it as much as you could. Mm-hmm. So I thought, damn, man, if I don't get her into this, like I got to stop dragging her out here. Like I put myself in your shoes and I'm like, dude, if Rachel made me come to some girl thing to like hold her purse the whole time, I'd be like, hey, babe, you got to listen. You got to find someone to come do this with you. I'm just not into it. So I think early on, that was the point. If I'm going to start dragging you out to this stuff, I'm at least going to try to give you everything you need to maybe get involved and enjoy it. And if you didn't enjoy it, even after that, I wasn't going to make you do it anymore or ask you to come out anymore.
I just love the fact you include me into it. That's what made me wanting to get into it more and come to these matches and watch you. It's not like you forced me. It's like, it was fun to watch. And then I just kept watching, and then you'll come home and you'll practice out in the yard and do little flips and stuff. And I'm like, I think it's when I try to get into art again. Remember that? And you helped me get all this paint. And
you made me drive to the ghetto, and I thought we were going to get mugged to buy.
No.
You were going through a phase? Yeah. No, I thought we were going to get mugged. So whatever. Derek Taylor has a good question. Mm-hmm. Without rambling too much, I answered this in a video a while back, but he says, how do I get my wife to shoot with me more? Bribing her with food doesn't work anymore.
That does work. To me.
Oh, yeah, like telling her, listen, if you go shoot with me, I'll take you to dinner. We'll go to lunch. It's on me. I promise food comes after, but you got to go shoot with me.
Bottomless mimosas. Brunch.
Bottomless mimosas.
But, actually, you and I are probably going to say the same thing.
Well, I think I would definitely start off slow. You know, we started off, I put Rachel on like AR-15s, pistol caliber carbines, something that doesn't have a ton of recoil. Not pistols, definitely not pistols as a first. I think PCCs are the best way to get girls into shooting.
Yes.
Where it doesn't seem super intimidating the first time they go. You're going to lose, it's so easy to lose someone's interest if they have a bad very first experience shooting. Think of anything that you've tried for the first time and it went badly, you probably never tried it again. Shooting is that way, especially with, you know, females. Like, take them out with like a Scorpion, little 9mm AR, something that's accurate, makes them feel like they're really accurate, that doesn't have much recoil, they're not super loud. They're going to come away going, wow, that wasn't that bad, that wasn't that scary. And then you could start stepping them up. At least that's what we did with, you know, Miss Rachel here.
Yeah, I had to be around you first until I started being around the other people with matches and stuff, because I'm very shy. I get my anxieties really bad, but that helps too, starting really slow with that. But you got to have patience, especially patience. Oh my gosh. Clay, you had a lot of patience.
No, not really.
Well, you did at the beginning, and then
well,
it was fighting all the time, just like, oh my God.
So I have to share a bit of advice that a guy named Steve, remember Steve that used to host the local carbine matches?
Yes.
By the way, what's up, Smash? Smash agrees. Food's a good way to bribe. A guy that used to host some local carbine matches here gave me a really good bit of advice. He said, listen, if you want the key to a lasting marriage or a lasting relationship, pay someone else to teach your woman how to shoot. And
it's true.
It sounds funny, but I'm telling you, think of anything, guys. Come on. I'm going to level with you here. Think anything that you've tried to really teach your wife or your girlfriend how to do. Think anything at all. Something that you really know how to do well, and you're trying to teach her. Maybe you try to teach her how to drive a manual transmission, teaching her how to shoot, teaching her how to maybe cook something she's never cooked or whatever it is. Mm-hmm. It's so much easier for her to bite your head off and like tell you to quit yelling at her, like, don't talk to me like that, quit yelling at me, blah. It's so easy because you're in a relationship, like she can talk back to you, but if you pay someone to teach them, they're not going to talk back to that person. They're going to sit and go, wow, you know, I never thought of it that way, that's great. So I literally spent like 2 years teaching Rachel how to shoot, to the point where I'm like, all right, I'm going to sign her up for a carbine class. So I did, with the guy, Steve, that did these classes. And if I'm honest, it was like the most boring, like bare minimum kindergarten level carbine class, but it's what Rachel needed at the time. And it's so funny. He's telling her all the same stuff I've been telling her for years, how to stand, how to hold the gun. And she's just like, wow, you know, no one's really ever explained it to me like that. And I'm in the back like, what? What do you mean no one's ever explained it to you like that?
I couldn't yell at Steve or get mad at him. I could get mad at you for yelling at me.
That's anything, dude. Like, I have a car in the garage that's a manual transmission. I've always thought, man, wouldn't it be cool if Rachel could drive it sometimes? But I'm thinking in my head how that would go, teaching her, and I know it would like test our relationship to the core. It would not go well. And I'm like, you know what? It would be better for her to like take a class on it where someone else is teaching and she literally can't get mad. And that's just how it is with women or anyone that you're in a relationship with. Certain things like that, I guess they take it as you lecturing them because that's how it comes off in a relationship. So that's what we did back in the day, and it definitely worked.
It worked.
Even to this day, I'll be like, hey babe, you kind of messed up on that reload. And she's like, I know I messed up on that reload. You don't think I know that? I'm like, I'm just saying. And she's like, don't start with me right now. Like, we'll be right at a match. And I'm like, all right, everyone just settle down. She's like, don't even start with me right now, Clay. I'm having a bad day. I'm already over it. I'm like, damn, man. Someone else will come up to her and say, hey, next time when you reload, try to like index it right here. And she's like, oh, wow, you know what? That does work kind of good. I'm gonna try that. I'm like, I think the same thing I just said. So have someone else offer pointers.
It's true, though. You get okay, Morty?
What's the best karaoke song of all time? And please tell Jacob he needs to get on board with karaoke.
Yes.
What's the best song of all time?
Of all time to sing on karaoke? Ooh. I sing a lot of Journey because it's fun and I can hit his notes very well. Lately, Type O Negative has been fun to sing to. What about you, babe? What's your favorite song? Rick James?
I like grungy stuff. Stuff that I feel like I'm actually good at. I like grungy stuff like Alice in Chains or Mother Love Bone.
You do Alice in Chains very good. Pearl Jam.
Mother Love Bone's like my favorite one to do right now, but it changes.
Nine Inch Nails.
Nine Inch Nails is a good one.
Yeah.
Jane's Addiction. You do Jane's Addiction really well.
Thanks.
All right, let's see. Hold on, I'm skipping over questions. My bad. Backing up. VC says, my wife is actually pretty darn good at trap, skeet, and 5-stand shotgun shooting. She kicks my butt at 5-stand. That's one thing we never do is shotgun shooting.
Yeah.
Ever.
It looks so much fun. But I've shot like shotguns here and there, but not in competitions or anything. That'd be cool.
There's a range out here called Blackwood, and they're big. Like, that's all they do. They really cater to shotgun shooters and skeet shooting. They have tournaments all the time. It's a different crowd, man, than I'm used to. Everyone like dresses really nice. Everyone's got golf carts, and they're all really proud of it. And they all like they literally stopped hosting a carbine match at this range so that they could have more parking for golf carts for the skeet tournaments.
Yep.
So we kind of quit going there because we just shoot carbines all the time. But I really would love to get into it. I dabbled in 3-gun a while back, and I would always bring out a Vepr 12, which I thought was funny. Because we would run an AK carbine, an AK PCC, and an AK shotgun to like really just, make some people mad. That was cool.
Yeah. Let's see. Do Harrison's comment.
I taught my wife how to drive stick just fine. She asked me to, but I tried to teach her how to shoot once, and that was enough not to try it ever again. Bro, I feel your pain.
No.
This chick, hey, listen, we'll throw hands. Like, we'll almost come to blows going over little things like, all right, babe, listen. If I'm telling you you're hitting a target low, aim a target, aim a target high.
Remember the watermelon?
Oh, dude, yeah. One of the first times. No, it couldn't have been the first time. God, I wish I had that footage. You told me to, delete that footage.
It was bad.
I had an SKS with a bayonet, and we were filming something, and I'm like, all right, here's all I need you to do. I want you to stab the fruit and then shoot it off the end of the bayonet. And she's like, got it. She's, missing the fruit with the bayonet. And I'm like, okay, new idea. Just shoot the fruit from, point-blank range. And she's like, got it. Point blank. I'm telling you, you can touch the fruit. We're so close. And she's missing it. And I'm like, okay. Touch the muzzle of the gun to the fruit and shoot that damn thing. And she finally hits it. And I'm like, she's like, delete all of that footage. I'm like, yeah, good call. Good call there.
Dude, that was so funny, though. After watching it again, I'm like, oh my God, I cannot. I've come a long ways, that's for sure.
You did. We were just talking about it today. I tried to find the video, can't find it anywhere. I remember the first time I ever took you shooting. This was back when Rachel and I first met. Like I say, I'd never shot a match. I had no YouTube videos. I nothing. I don't even. I think I don't know what I was doing back then. I don't even know what I was into. I was probably still into Jeeps. I think I still had my Cherokee at the time.
Yeah.
And then later I got another Fox body. I was still into the car thing. I had a side hustle at one time before I got really into guns. I was installing lift kits. We were doing a bunch of 4x4 stuff, installing lift kits, doing ring and pinion jobs or whatever on off-road vehicles. Did a lot of Jeeps, Wranglers, and Cherokees and trucks, all kinds of shit. That's what I did. Worked Monday through Friday, and then on the weekends I had access to a lift, and I was selling lift kits on Craigslist. And me and my homies were installing them. That was my side hustle at the time. So I grew up around guns, but I also grew up around all that kind of stuff, turning wrenches. So when I was taking you out shooting, I really wasn't that good either. I'd always been around guns, but I never had done like technical shooting. Like I was always the dude just out going to Granny's house, shooting the pond, shooting dirt, you know?
Did you look at your DMs? I found that video of you out there. I just couldn't find mine.
Oh yeah, well that one's super old, but even back then when we first shot, number one, my grandpa had passed away and we sold the family property out in the woods, so we didn't have a place to shoot whenever we wanted. Like I literally grew up, anytime I wanted to go shoot, I would go to their property and I could do anything I wanted, which most people will never have access to something like that, right?
No.
I really understood how special that was when we lost it and realized, oh, you can't just shoot like that anywhere you want. Like, you can't shoot like that at a gun range, indoor or outdoor, like we did. We were shooting tannerite all the time, just doing crazy shit. You can't just do that anywhere. So I remember I wanted to take you shooting so much. You went to my grandpa's house one time. Remember that? Twice. Okay, and he had already passed, and my granny was kind of like hanging on to the place, but she just wanted to get out of it. So you got to see like Candyland, right? A couple of times how awesome that property was.
Right.
So shortly after that, I could never find a place to shoot. I didn't know anyone with property. Like I had no idea where to even go shoot anymore. Like totally lost all access to a gun range. And a mutual friend, well, my aunt's ex-boyfriend, told us about a big dirt pit in town. And he was like, yeah, the guy will let you do anything you want. I built targets and we went out there and we were like doing drills.
Yeah.
And they told us never come back. I was like, well, why can't we come back? He's like, you said shooting guns. I thought y'all were going to like zero a deer rifle. And we're out there like rolling around shooting AR-15s, shooting targets and doing reloads.
We're doing that game. What was it called?
We were doing like musical chairs on targets.
Yeah, musical chairs.
And I remember the guy was like, you said shoot guns. That's not how we shoot guns out here. And I was like, all right. So we lost another place to shoot. And it was a long time before we ever found Adam's place that was like, that would actually allow you to shoot any way you wanted to. And those were like dark times, man. We would go to like indoor ranges and like, we would go to like Blackwood and you'd have to sit at a bench and shoot really slow. And I remember hating it. Yeah, I remember hating it because we grew up with like family property in the woods where you could do anything.
Yeah.
We were literally like all LARP. Growing up as a kid, we'd all LARP and we'd all have like ARs and FALs and we'd just like walk through the woods. Like that was totally normal because we had that property. So
yeah,
when we first really met, I was losing access to all of that stuff.
Wow. Yeah, I remember. Sad story. Oh, what is questions? Clay, keep up with the questions.
Oh, I'm trying. Sorry. I got off on a tangent.
Oh, do you wipe standing or sitting, babe?
Ooh, who asked that?
Standing or sitting?
Are you asking? Where's Possum? Let me bring that up. Oh, this is a great question for all of you to ask someone that you think you know really well.
Better not say the wrong things. The string might.
Well, you know what I do. But listen, so I was listening to the radio one time and a question had come up. We have a local, pretty popular morning radio station called The Buzz, right? And the question had come up, do you wipe, like, I guess, how do you wipe your butt when you're done, taking a shit, right? So I never knew this. Not everybody wipes their butt from a seated position. There's probably, I'd say 60% of people wipe their butt sitting down. Do you know there's like 40% of people out there that wipe their ass standing up? Did you guys know that? I'm not making this up.
Who one of them is.
Okay, as a joke, one day, I wiped my butt sitting down, by the way, to answer the question. As a joke, I'm hanging out with my dad, because I'm in my mind, I'm like, I know he's going to say he wipes his butt sitting down. I just thought it was a funny question to ask, and I was like, hey, Dad, do you wipe your butt sitting down or standing up? And with total confidence, he goes, standing up, like everyone else on the planet. And I was like, what did you just say? He's like, I get done, I stand up, I wipe, and that's it. I'm like, you think everyone does it like that? He goes, yeah, everyone does it like that. I'm like, And for a split second, I'm thinking, damn, does everyone do it like that?
Oh,
Can't be.
Lord.
Can't freaking be. And I'm like, damn, Dad, I don't know how to take that.
Look, he just answered your question. If you stand up, you're just smearing everything.
Okay, now, but look. Okay. And then this guy, who doesn't stand and wipe? I told you. This is a freaking situation we got going on right now. Did you know that like 4 out of 10 people get done, they stand up and their poopy butt cheeks all squeezed together, and then they start to clean themselves off? How does that work? Pascal, how do they do it in Germany?
Oh my God,
Please
Clay.
tell me. He said something in German. I don't know what that means. Pascal, translate that shit. Is that normal? They probably all use bidets in Europe. They have bidets. We wipe our asses like a bunch of pilgrims over here in America. Bidets are like they're not that popular yet.
Oh my gosh. That one comment when you and Tony went
Oh
live.
my God. Look at these people.
What?
We got a stander and then we got a sitter. What's happening?
I think
Look,
we're
we got
missing-
another one.
There's no
Standing.
way.
What is
No
happening?
way.
What is happening? I didn't know it was this bad.
Dang.
Okay,
Stand.
wait. We got some hold on. We got some clarification. No, man, you stand a certain way where your cheeks are separated, and then you do the thing.
That one comment when you and Tony went live. Who wipes?
Yeah. You could always waffle stomp, just poop, and then
Yeah,
stand,
waffle
just
stomp.
poop, and then start the shower. You know what I mean?
Gross. It's like, you shower now.
Oh my God! Look, stand, squat.
You clap those cheeks together and poo goes everywhere. Oh my God.
I don't wipe anymore. I just jump in the shower. Who has time to take a shower after every dump? That seems so time consuming.
I have a friend that doesn't wipe. He claims he never has to. What?
Called the Soviet wipe. Well, hey, you know what? Look at how Morty shits, right?
I wipe his butt though.
But-
Yes, I wipe my dog's butt.
But Morty takes like human-sized fibrous shit sometimes, and there's like not a trace when it comes out. It's like dry and thick and
Can
not
we
even
stop?
steamy.
Can we stop? Thank you. All right, questions. Let's stop talking about all this. Perfect diet.
Squat and lean. Squat and lean.
Stand and spread them cheeks.
I'm trying to
Waffle
picture the
stomp
squat.
that shit.
Oh, waffle stomp is definitely king of the castle, but you don't always have time for a waffle stomp.
Oh my God.
Because you gotta run a shower, you gotta get naked, you gotta get in there and do the thing, and then get dried off, dressed, and then go. That's so much time.
I'm surprised Cody's not in the chat. Where's
Cody's
Cody?
probably shitting in the woods right now. He does that still.
No, remember the conversation he asked? He goes, "You don't shit in your own yard?"
Yeah.
Oh, Cody!
So I don't know if some of y'all know who Cody at Weapon Genetics is. His shop is right next to a bunch of woods, right? Mm-hmm. And straight faced, he was saying something like, he's like, yeah, sometimes, like it's closer. I just go out in the woods. I was like, yeah, I like to take a piss. He goes, no, like I shit in the woods. You don't? I'm like, I live in a neighborhood. I got HOA fees. There's no woods to shit in. He's like, damn. No, man, like I'll just be working and I go right out the back door and I can shit in the woods way faster than getting to my bathroom. Like, Cody, nothing surprises me anymore, dude.
No, it
Not
doesn't.
a thing.
Nothing at all. Oh, John, I'll tell you at the next match how I do it.
Oh, we have puppy wipes. That dude,
Yep.
wait, like we have to buy dingleberry scissors for Morty. That dude he'll get a dingle from time to time.
Yeah, he had one yesterday when I took him on his walk.
Pascal says, someone wants soft toilet paper from Germany. 5-layer is the biggest, but I prefer the 4-layer.
Oh my gosh. Why are we still talking about this?
All right. We'll change the subject.
All right.
Do you think it's best to wipe back to front or front to back?
What? Ask them. It's none of y'all's business. We don't do that. Women don't do that.
You start talking about poop and the viewers like double. That's just how it goes around here. This is what it's devolved into, you know?
I don't get it.
So, let's change the subject a little bit. I wanted to talk about this. Let me get it pulled up here. Sometimes I do like characters, right? I'll do the Buck Purvis thing, do the Ivan thing, whatever.
Yep. One
day, you and I are at the range. We had just bought a couple of Ushankas from a local gun show. It's actually, it's like, well, there's one.
That's Pascal, the one he got.
Okay, that one.
Thank you, Pascal.
Here, I'll get it. I actually have it right here. So we had bought a couple of these from a gun show, right? They're the real deal. Okay. Bought a couple of these, and you've got like a bunch of Adidas. You have like a whole collection of Adidas full track suits, right?
Yeah.
And one day we're at the gun range. We had the Crink. We had the Crink with a suppressor on it, a bunch of ammo. I don't know how we thought of it, but I thought, ooh, you had red hair at the time.
Yeah, I had super red hair.
Okay.
And short.
So it just sort of happened totally by chance one day. Like, your hair was red. You had the Ushanka with you, and you were wearing some Adidas, and I was like, put that Ushanka on. And when it all came together, I was like, dude, you totally look like some slob chick. Like, it looked like you're not even trying. It just looks right. Mm-hmm. So then I start saying, can you do like a Russian accent? Are you good at that? Well,
no.
That failed. That failed big time. I'm like, you know what? Just don't talk.
Wait, I sounded Mexican or whatever. How do I do it?
Any accent you ever try to do sounds Mexican.
Or Indian.
You're like, hey, I'm from England. I'm like,
it's not like that.
It's every time like that. Every time.
Whatever.
Literally. Every time. You'll try to do Pascal's voice, and you start doing like La Cucaracha. I'm like,
what are
babe.
you talking about? No, I do not.
Just saying. So anyway, what I'm getting at is the whole Svetlana character, right? Mm-hmm. My favorite thing that you do, in fact, it's even our background here. I love the Svetlana character. You look super tough and badass when you do it. She like never talks, but
I have Russian. I can't. That's why I have
the very first time we ever did a Svetlana clip, and it was totally like by chance. And then once I started editing it, I was like, yo, this character's cool. Like, we should start doing this more. Mm-hmm. Just at the range, getting some B-roll, and then this happened.
Yeah, all that happened that one day.
Yeah, I love the Svetlana character. Freaking love it. And it was totally by chance. Let me find one of the other really cool ones here. Yeah, that's Svetlana, right? So, it was cool. And then, like, you would just, like, start to reoccur in a video every now and again. We'd always have to, like, come up with some new videos and how's she going to pop up in a video next. But this is literally my favorite thing that you do. And I just love it. I love everything about it.
Yeah, she's fun.
If only you could do a Russian accent, it would really send it home. But every time we tried it, it was super cringy. We just said, you know what? Svetlana doesn't talk.
No, she doesn't. Привет. Da.
Yeah, that's all she says.
Нет.
Is
Нет.
hello and yes.
Yep. And goodbye. I'm genuinely scared of Svetlana. Me too. It's funny, like, right when I put the Ushanka on, it's completely like a different person. It's weird.
Yeah, sometimes it just be like that, you know?
Yeah. Momo. Oh my god, Clay. You can tell I'm not a smoker. I can't even hold it or smoke right.
So I've been outside like smoking a cigar, and she's like, "Can I try it?" I'm like, "Okay."
Okay.
And she'll have this cigar, right? And she's like,
Stop!
I'm like, "What are you freaking making out with it for? You got to puff on it." And she hands it back to me. It's all slobbery, and I'm like, "Thanks." I don't think that's how it's done, but thank you.
Not that bad. Dude, that
But
video
man.
is so funny.
Yeah, we had a fake vodka bottle. It was just water.
Mm-hmm.
I had like a piece of paper, and it was like Svetlana's vodka.
It says, Svetlana's Russian vodka, don't touch.
Oh yeah, no make a touch.
No make a touch. Dude, that whole day was like, I had to stay in character. And all my friends were like, you okay? You're just looking at bed. I'm like, stay in character. Stop. Because I looked mean all day.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, this is where me and Lottie just started like talking and becoming friends. And this is how we met. And it's so funny. He thought that was really who I was. I'm like, no, I'm nice. So I always thought that was funny.
Yeah, I would love to bring you places where no one knows who you are in this character, where you don't talk and you just have like that blank stare everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And just like have you follow me around and like act like it was no big deal.
I know.
And I would only talk to you through like a Russian translator on my phone and like hold my phone to your ear, and you'd just be like, just like yes or no answers only.
Yeah.
That would be super cool if we could pull that off.
When we got invited to last year to the Gundies, you were like, you should just show this Svetlana. And
Yeah.
so that was funny. And everyone just did not want to talk to me because I looked mean.
Remember your ring got stuck in a gun on the firing line?
Yep.
Remember that?
Yep.
You had an entire like AR hanging from your finger. Her finger got stuck in like a chemo
Yeah,
hole,
my
key
ring
mod
was
grip.
It was just hanging with the gun. I'm like, I don't know how this happened. I'm so
I was
sorry.
a little upset about it because that was expensive as hell, and this thing's like literally hanging, just grinding in an aluminum handguard. Like, it's real nice.
Good.
Like
It's
had
fun.
a whole crowd around us watching, like Brandon Herrera and like Ash from J-Mac are trying to get her freaking finger out of this rail, and I'm like, God damn it, Gloria! God damn it, Gloria! God damn it,
Gloria.
Gloria!
Gloria. 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 Mm-mm-mm. That tracksuit doesn't really fit me anymore, sadly.
Why, are you pregnant?
No. Shut up. No, the jacket fits me and the leggings don't anymore. So I have to get some new leggings.
Dude, when's the last time you even shot a match? Was it Christmas? The Christmas match?
Yeah, that was the last match. And then I told you, all wedding stuff, 2023. I miss
2023.
shooting. Like, I haven't shot a match in a while. I'm just so busy.
I remember when we got done with Kalash Bash, and you know the next thing we were going to work on was the wedding, and I think it was like a month after Kalash Bash, I call her and I'm like, babe, so I kind of signed up to do this Lethal Weapons thing, and she's like, you did what? I was like,
Oh, yeah. I
yeah.
was like, you and Tony plan a whole
was like-
event the month before the wedding? Are you kidding me?
I was like, it's kind of a month before the wedding, and she's like,
It's all right.
interesting. I was like, well, I mean, listen, I'm gonna be fine. Like, I'll have plenty of time to plan the wedding and do all that stuff. And she's like, yeah, see, I don't think so. So Rachel's literally done everything. I'm just telling her, like, she just tells me how much money it is, and she does all the rest.
Yep.
And that has been awesome.
Yep. Leaving it you and Tony do the event. So I got the wedding stuff. But I want to shoot the match. Plan on shooting the match, though. We'll see.
Someone's asking how we came up with the name Svetlana. I think I remember how. It was,
Oh, it was after the gun show. We're in the truck. We're driving back home, and you're like, we should come up with a Russian name for you. At first, I was like, what about Anastasia? You're like, no, that's like common. And I was like, what about Sasha? And you're like, mm-mm.
well,
And
I
then-
think I remember where I got it. Tony on the Kyber Customs page, he was selling wooden pistol grips for a while. Each grip had a girl's name, a Russian girl's name.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I remember one of them being called Svetlana, and I was like, oh, that's the coolest name ever. And we went through a bunch of different names of what to call you, and they all just sounded dumb. And I was like, I don't know, Svetlana sounds kind of cool, and it just sort of stuck.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know why you don't keep your hair red like this all the time.
Well, you know how many appointments I have to do to keep that red in? A lot, and it's expensive, babe.
Then just pay for it. That's all you have to do. When things are expensive, you just pay for them.
This dog's expensive. Keeping him healthy, yeah, it's like another bill.
Yeah, we got to keep them cakes juicy on that little boy.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that was a fun time.
Yeah, that's a fun day.
So, when are you ever going to shoot a match again? Because I know we're super busy with everything going on. I know Jim was even texting me. He's like, I know you're busy. The match is this weekend. I said, dude, there's no way.
Can't.
I'm going to be building targets all weekend.
Yeah, and Lethal Weapons is getting closer, so
Right.
honestly, we can't. I really want to plan on Lethal Weapons. I want to dress up like Sarah Connor for the match, and that's my plan. But I might, because I want to shoot Friday. But dude, I want to pay to get on that helicopter thing. That's awesome.
Ooh, yeah, we should talk about that.
Yes.
Mr. Nitro says, what gun is Mishako going to run at the event? It's like Russian roulette for everyone. That's mean. So Misha and Fox have said they are coming.
Yay!
So I'm really excited about that. Seeing Mishako, like, literally getting to meet him in person.
Yeah.
I didn't want to, like, make an announcement or make a big deal about it, but he did say he was coming, and that's super exciting. I think Brandon is coming back out with all his crew. You know, Brandon Herrera lives, like, 2.5 hours away, maybe 3 in San Antonio, so it's very easy for him to come out to the events. So it's cool when people like that come out. I'm so excited to meet Misha.
Me too.
And excited to meet
need
Fox.
my gun
It's gonna be
after
cool.
him.
Yeah.
I need my 5.56 gun after him. Harrison says Sarah Connor cosplay would be awesome. Red dots allowed. No, there's no red dots allowed in Lethal Weapons. So
Iron sights only.
Irons.
All iron sights.
So I'll be shooting a match irons first time, so I'm excited. I've been spoiled with red dots.
Yeah, hair era. Like Rachel said earlier, the helicopter thing kind of wanted to talk about. I'll pull up the link here. There's a company called Heligunner, not too far away, and we brought them on as a silver sponsor for Lethal Weapons, like totally last minute, and we didn't think we were going to be able to pull this off, but we found a spot in the campground away from all the tents where they're going to be able to land. It's going to be really easy to get to, but we're literally going to have a helicopter picking people up. If you buy a ticket, of course, for the ride, picking people up, they give you 50 rounds of ammo and a gun. And they literally fly you on a 6-minute flight to another piece of property, and you get to smoke a bunch of targets from a helicopter. Literally, you get to shoot down and just smoke all these targets until the gun goes click. And then they take you for a little scenic flight, and they bring you back and drop you off. I'm super excited about that. And it makes sense. It's a retro event, and there's like a choppa. We can actually get to the choppa for real.
Yeah, and when's that not an opportunity for anyone to do? Like, that's like, I would pay to do that because I know in my life I would never get to do that. And there's an opportunity right now to do that. So.
Yeah, you've never even been on a helicopter, right? I've been on it one time.
You were going to plan that, though, and it didn't work. Yeah, I can't wait for that. That's going to be awesome.
So here's how it works. Basically, in the links on Lethal Weapons, there's a link tree on the Lethal Weapons Instagram, and you can go here and check these out. The tickets, they're $275. So the way that they explain it to us for fuel, and I don't make any money on helicopter tickets. This is literally just paying for their fuel, just so they'll be out there. They said it's like $22 a minute to keep that thing in the air, right? So you're literally getting a 6-minute flight. They provide 50 rounds of ammo. They provide the suppressed AR-15, and they literally do everything. Like, you'll get the helmet, you'll get the comms, and the pilot's talking to you the whole time. You'll have someone next to you, like, helping you get your gun loaded, and they literally hang you out of this friggin' thing and strafe a bunch of targets, and you just get to rain down on them. I'm definitely gonna buy a couple tickets. I don't want to give it away, but I want to buy a couple tickets to for a couple of people that are very special to me. So if they end up showing up, and I'm gonna be like, "Hey, time for your flight." I can't wait for that to happen.
We just got to get the times right when they arrive.
Yep. And when you buy a ticket here, it looks like the way they have it laid out. You buy a ticket for a certain time of day. There's like Friday afternoon, Saturday morning, Saturday afternoon, and the same thing on Sunday. Because I think they can only get like a certain amount of people through, in the morning, and the same thing on the afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
This company also does mill sims, like really freaking nice ones.
Ooh.
So we've always talked about maybe getting into that a little bit. I don't know if hosting one is the right move right now, but I've always wanted to go do one. And this company does it in Texas. They do big mill sim events. They literally have mill sims where the way she explained it was, it's almost like getting a kill streak in Black Ops. Like at a certain point, you can call in air support, and they will fly over you with airsoft guns and smoke bombs, just just shooting people. Super freaking cool.
Yeah, I'm excited about that.
That's going to be dope.
Mm-hmm.
Man, what else is happening? We have AGM. They want to do some 3v3 night vision skirmishes. We have this big 60 by 60 tent that's going to be totally blacked out at the campsite.
Mm-hmm.
And you just get in line. It's totally free. You just get in line. They literally get you fitted for a bump helmet, nods, thermals. They get you hooked up with a gun. And they literally send you in there, and you have like a little 3-on-3 skirmish. So that's going to be cool, and it's totally free.
Free's my favorite word.
There's so many reasons to camp. You get to do so much shit that nobody else gets to do. You get to sleep out there, obviously. We have a drink truck out there Saturday night. We have a food truck out there Saturday night. Of course, you have the night vision thing going on, totally free. The bonfire, the DJ, and then everyone else hanging out. It's just such a good time.
Yeah.
So much cheaper than a hotel.
I love the fact there's food trucks out there on the campsite. Because, we all get hungry. We all want snacks and
That's the only way I can eat dinner. I get done, and then I run to the campsite and I eat. It's the only truck that's even open that late, and they only serve food to the campers.
Yep. Yeah, it's going to be awesome.
The targets are more than 10 feet away. Could you even hit anything? I'm not so sure the points to even hit the targets. You're getting to shoot a gun out of a freaking helicopter. I don't care what I'm hitting. I'm going to squeeze the trigger as fast as I can.
Heck yeah.
I'm doing it, by the way. I was like, I don't care what happens. I want a free flight. Rachel, not so much. She's going to have to pay, but I want a free flight.
I am paying. I want to pay. I want to do this.
Is Lethal Weapons going to be filmed by anyone? I know Brandon's crew, every time they come out, they'll throw a little video together. We have a film crew that we pay called Encima Media. They do a lot with Whistling Diesel and some other people. We pay them to come out and make a really great video on all of our events. And then I'll just throw that up on my page just so you can see what it was like. All the Kalash Bash videos, they're all up. If you've seen, the last 3 Kalash Bash videos on my page, that was Encima Media that made those. I cannot edit that well.
Yeah.
So there will be really good coverage of it.
They do an awesome job every time.
Will a dong and wire folder on my wasser put me into retro mod? I would say no. Factory furniture, we are going to allow. So, a PM90, that's a factory retro AK, like a dong with a crutch folder. That would qualify as retro.
Retro.
Super Geo Killer. Money means nothing to this guy. He always throws it around like it's pennies.
Nothing.
Thank you, Super Geo Killer. He says, "What kind of whiskey do you want at the campsite this year?" What's it called? Tula Mordeaux. That Irish whiskey. I just finished that entire bottle. This shit was good.
Oh, the one Tony got you for your birthday?
Yeah. I like that, and I like just regular old Crown Royal. I don't like all the flavored crowns. They kind of suck.
Oh, but you know what cocktail we need to learn how to make? It's the sweet and sour with the egg drop in it. So freaking good.
Mm-hmm. VC asks,
Egg
we're
white.
allowed to have a GoPro. Yes, and egg white. He says, are we allowed to have a GoPro or something attached to your chest rig for filming during the matches? Absolutely. You're encouraged to film. Film anything you want.
Yeah.
Get all them TikToks.
TikToks. Ooh! Speaking of TikTok, there's a bunch of weirdos on there.
I mean, I guess we can get in on that a little bit, but I have not vetted any of these videos.
Oh, you haven't?
I mean,
So it's gonna be our real reactions.
We'll just have. So Rachel and I are big Tom Segura and Christina P fans. We're big mommies up in here, right? Love Your Mom's House podcast.
Wear your jeans high and tight.
High and tight. So every now and again, Christina P finds the most insane TikToks I've ever seen. They're just wild, right? And they'll like react to them. So every now and again, I'll find myself on her TikTok, just not looking at her stuff, but all the stuff that she's liking. And it's like this crazy TikTok rabbit hole. That's
I agree,
something
Terry.
we'll never fully come back from.
I don't know how to use TikTok at all. Like he said, we just go on there and find these cringe-ass videos because I can't believe people are really like this. And it's always moms and dads doing them. I'm like, why?
I don't know how to fully use TikTok yet.
I don't either. I've never filmed a video on TikTok, so I don't know how to do it, and I don't want to do it. But
Well, I mean, maybe...
what
could you explain what's going on here?
the heck? It's just a normal dad.
Do you think he skipped leg day or nah?
Nah.
I'm just going to start hitting next on some of these.
Oh my gosh. I wouldn't show all her videos. She posts this weird stuff.
I don't know what's going on there.
Oh! Go find that.
What do you think about that?
Chris.
It went from looking really gross to really good.
I just want you people to know
Oh gosh.
that I do not look like Bill Gates.
What?
Why do you keep saying I look like Bill Gates? I wish I had his money.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, dude, some of these guys that she finds.
Finally got a workout after having a cold for a couple of weeks. So hopefully it'll be a better day tomorrow.
So what's
Okay.
the deal with
Why are dads on TikTok? I don't
what's the deal with
understand.
older?
Yes.
I'm sorry if you're older and you're in the comments, but what's the deal with like some older fellas and ladies all getting on TikTok, literally posting these videos that don't make any sense, or they're all basically like, "Hey, looking for a lady to go on a date. Come on over here and let's go on a date." And like
You
that's the
come
whole
over
video.
here. Oh, the
Okay,
cure.
like look what we got here. Do you see that?
Why?
Oof. Oh wait, this one looks good. Oh wait, he's a ventriloquist.
Oh my god.
He said we come from the land where the
That's-
penis grows.
That video's meth. That's all meth. That's all meth. I'm just telling you. That's all meth.
Is that what that is?
Yes. Big time.
Oh damn. Yeah, I haven't vetted any of these. Let's
Okay.
we're gonna move on from that. Damn, dude, TikTok's a wild
But
place. I don't understand it.
I know the Instagram you've been enjoying is that is it Tyrone Instagram with the videos of people dancing but the music doesn't match?
Eggs Tyrone is the greatest
Eggs
Instagram page on the planet right now, and I'm gonna get so many copyright strikes, but we're about to watch some of them. Nikolai for life. Thank you, RK.
Oh.
Solji says, if I wanted to run a KP15 polymer lower and A2 upper, put me into retro or retro mod. Signed, Suli. Oh, it's Suli.
Hi, Sully.
So listen, I appreciate the tip, Suli, but you're not going to buy your way into the retro division, all right? I think a KP15, I'm not even sure that that's going to be allowed in the match, man. It's just too new. Even with an A2 upper, I would have to, you know what, though? Instead of me saying no, just send a DM to Mike and Lan and see if they'll approve it. If they say no, then you got to stick to the rules.
Yeah.
If I had to guess, I would say it's probably a no-go on either division just because it's too new. But the least they could do, they could probably go ahead and squeeze you into retro mod, maybe. Because some of the stuff, man, we've had so many questions about so many different variants. We've had to have a defined line in the sand on what is just too new for people to bring out without like losing the theme of the event. Mm-hmm. But I definitely appreciate the tip and the question. Suli is one of the most phenomenal shooters I've ever got to shoot with in person.
He's a very good shooter.
Dude ran a 308 Scar Heavy dressed like Bucky.
Yes, he did.
At the Suns match. It was awesome.
Mm-hmm. TikTok reminds us why we keep AKs near our beds at night. Yep, you're absolutely right, Corey. So right.
All right. I'm ready for those. Dude, I'm going to get so many strikes for this. This freaking Instagram page, I can't get enough of. I just can't.
Yeah. I know you sit in bed and watch his videos all the time.
And it's such a simple recipe.
They call me Big L.
Mr. Dad!
No, my
Mr. Dad! Hey, Calvin! Oh, the sea!
Dude, I can watch these all day.
From the east, bitch. I'm a topic of discussion.
There's a couple
Where's
on
the
here
one
that are
that-
just brilliant.
Where's the one that Mario sent you? That one. Right there.
Ooh, this
that
one?
Yeah, yeah.
This is one of my favorites.
You know that ain't the song they're dancing to.
Clearly not the music they're dancing to, but
No.
damn, does it hype you up. I saw that and I was like, I want to dance just like that at my wedding. Exactly like that. Dude, I just can't get enough of them.
A bitch can't do it like me. 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 A bitch can't do it like me.
Oh, love them. It's Eggs Tyrone.
I be walking same time swimming
Dad.
That's what happens when you bring your dad to Lethal Weapons.
Yep.
We have a DJ at the campsite.
Spend a 20 with my crew and made a new. And I got that shit right back after I bust a couple moves. Then I bought a couple Jews, they like Glock, you a fool. Bitch, ain't nothing new but these motherfucking blues. I be walking.
So freaking good, dude. Eggs Tyrone. Go subscribe right now. Awesome stuff, dude.
So fun. All right, well, questions or what other subject do you want to get on?
How do I mark someone with the name? Stupid iPad at work for string. How are you at work? It's got to be like 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning in Germany right now. Am I right?
No, it's.
I don't have a
it's
calculator right now, but I know it's really early in the morning.
Probably like 7 or 8, maybe.
I think you're just guessing.
whatever.
So, Rachel, what gun's on your radar right now? Like when you're at work, looking through Texas Gun Trader, which is I know how you spend your time. You're on Gun Broker. You're looking around. What are you trying to get into right now?
I kind of want a 107.
We have 107s.
But you said that was the next one for me, my own one, right?
I don't think that's what I said.
No.
I talked about like an M85 or something.
M85. Yeah.
107, M85, same
Whatever.
shit, right?
Same shit. Just kidding. Well, I'm really happy with I actually want to start shooting my Scorpion again. I haven't shot it in like years.
Yeah.
Just sitting there getting all dusty.
Yeah, I have guns in the safe. Every time I open the safe, I'm like, damn, I haven't shot this thing in like 2 years, and it's so much fun to shoot. I like the one that I look at all the time, and I'm like, why don't I just go freaking shoot that thing? I just never have time. My freaking bolt action FR8, one of my favorite guns to shoot, especially like putting a can on it. I just never have time. Like doing these events and the whole YouTube thing, you kind of run out of like the fun time to shoot guns that you just want to go have fun with. Like you're either filming what you're shooting or you're out like doing like event prepping or something. You kind of lose that fun time that I used to have all the time.
I miss Cranky. I haven't shot Cranky in a long time.
Yeah, I haven't shot the 74U in a very long time.
And then remember the days when I wanted a Vepper?
See? What did I say? It's 4 a.m.
12?
You said it was like 8 in the morning. Gosh, say something else dumb, Rachel.
Hush! Who works that late? That's super late.
People not here in this country.
Whatever. Stop. Stop roasting me.
Utah Gun Exchange was the bomb. So, hey, let us know in the comments. In Texas, YouTube's going to hate this. In Texas, we have something called Texas Gun Trader. I don't know if any of you guys have that. It's like where you post up used guns. I'm pretty sure Arizona has something like that. Sounds like Utah has something like that. He's in Georgia now. Says they have something called Outdoors Trader, and it's Texas Gun Trader is really good.
Yeah.
I think half the AKs we have, I've probably picked up like 3 106s over the years. Texas Gun Trader. I found the K1A1 on Texas Gun Trader. SKSs. Damn.
You did a lot of deals.
A lot of deals in a parking lot.
A lot of deals in the parking lot. That's how
So,
I got
like,
mine.
My like the play was anytime I was doing one of these parking lot meetings, I would always bring Rachel, and because I didn't want to hang around long, I'd always be like, "Hey man, friggin' got the lady with me, gotta skedaddle, can't hang out too long," and just like do it and like freaking bounce.
Oh, wow. I remember that time you and I, it was so sketchy, or it was just taking forever.
It's never been sketchy, babe.
No. When we went to Topgolf, was it Topgolf? We met that guy in that parking lot. And he brought his son with him.
Oh, that was the Rex Delta. It was a Rex pistol that I was moving along.
Oh, gotcha.
That was real quick. I was like, "You like it?" He's like, "I like it." Money. There you go. Out of here. Play Top
And
Golf.
I think you met up with a cop one time too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. But,
Dude, the one guy, the one I always think there's been a couple, like I say a couple, it's probably been about 3 times where the person I met was super cool. I met this dude, the guy that picked up my freaking really nice FEG receiver AMD 65, like minty Hungarian AMD. That's the one that I never should have sold. He was super cool. The Type 56S that I let go, a Chinese guy bought it for like a really high-end collection. He was super cool. My Yugo SKS, the guy that bought that was super cool. It's like whenever I would move comm block stuff, the people were super cool. Whenever it was like a boring pistol or like an AR, it was usually like just like a very basic, like casual gun owner person. Like it was like clearly different types of people doing that kind of thing.
remember when what's the guy we met in Dallas when we got the SIG?
Yeah, I remember that. You remember, and we found the RPK in Dallas as well. Remember that?
Yep.
We drove all the way there. I was not letting that RPK go. By the
Yeah.
way, I'm not the only one that says that, Rachel.
It's true.
Yeah. I told Rachel I would divorce her if I ever found out that something like that was happening.
Okay,
Girls
but
don't poop.
Morty gets to do all that and
Morty's a boy.
scot free. Whatever.
Yep, he's a boy. He's the goodest boy.
He's a good baby.
I got my Norinco 84S out of guy's trunk that had been there since new. Dang. That's pretty freaking cool.
Oh. Yeah. Seems like a lot of deals in the parking lot.
I bought both my AKs in parking lots out of car trunks. It just feels right. It just does. And in Texas, it's so normal. So normal. It's just always been a normal thing. Like, you know, public sales are totally legal, and that's just how you do it. Every now and again, and I haven't always done it, but every now and again, it'll be like a guy that's like, you know, I only do bill of sales. You gotta have a CHL. Like, I need a picture of your ID, which I guess if you want to do that, that's fine. Mm-hmm. But I have not always done that. Just haven't. I kind of lived life on the razor's edge a few times.
I guess so.
I was with, I remember I went with my dad he got his pistol from, he actually lost it. He kind of pulled over on the side of the road to take a piss, and he doesn't use holsters. So when he's doing it, he has to like take his pistol out of his pants, and he would set it on the bumper of his truck. One day, he just takes off and slings the pistol out in a random ditch, and some like biker gang finds it, and they turn it into the police. So then they get a hold of my dad, and they're like, "We got your gun. We got to check it. We got to like." They have to do certain tests anytime they find a gun to see if it's like been used in a crime. They have to like do like rifling tests and ballistic tests and all that. So they kept his pistol for like 2 weeks, did all that, and then they gave it back to him. And it's funny the way they give it back to you. Like whatever rounds are left in it, they like bag them up separate from the magazine. So he got like the gun in one bag, another bag had his mag, and the other bag had his loose ammo. And it was just funny. I just remember him like walking out of the station with all these bags of gun
Little bag.
things. I'm like, well,
Get a holster.
been saying it for years. Dad still to this day does not wear holsters. He just tucks a pistol in his pants. Every day of his life, he's got a gun on him.
Do we need to surprise him for like
Just
his
tucks
birthday
it in his pants. He
or
won't
Christmas?
use it. He won't use it. He's never used a holster. And
Why not?
I've kind of known him my whole life, and I'm just telling you, he's never used a holster.
Are they uncomfortable for him?
He's just old school, man. He just freaking tucks it. He always has a button down on that he does not tuck in. He just starts jeans that he wears for like 20 years straight until he blows the back pocket out with a freaking skull ring. Mm-hmm. That's Dad, man. He looks like Dale Earnhardt more and more every day.
Yeah. That was so funny.
Clayco, can I bring the Shop A2 machine gun? Any machine guns for the match, you got to get approved by Mike and Lan. I'm sure they will approve you. There's like a machine gun squad that I think is only going to shoot on Friday. They're going to keep all the machine gun guys together. We found that a couple of machine guns in all of the squads kind of slow the match down because some people just freaking let her rip, and it takes forever to reset them. I'm one of those people that destroys targets when I shoot machine guns at a match, and it kind of slows down the squad. So what we've decided to do, anyone that wants to shoot a machine gun, we're kind of like grouping all those guys together. So, you know, they're making all the holes, they're taping up all the targets. So just get approved by Mike and Lan. I'm sure you'll be fine.
Yeah.
Your old vid with the Bayo SKS was one of the funniest videos I've seen on YouTube. Is that the one I like freaking spear through the air through a target at a match?
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yep.
Yeah.
Was that the Corpus one?
Yeah, and then I start running to all the targets, and I start bayoneting them and ripping them out from the bases, and we were actually done shooting for the day, so I was the last one to shoot. So once my course of fire was done, I freaking javelin that SKS through the air, and the whole gun goes through a target. And then I just started destroying targets. It was
like,
awesome.
he's going through a hard time right now.
Yeah, he's just having a hard time. Got to make up for penalties somehow, you know?
Yeah, true. Yes. Let's see.
I've heard no holster carry referred to as Mexican carry. Yeah, maybe. Bought a Romy G from Charlie meet at an HEB parking lot. Also a Clayco fan. Cool.
Nice.
My wife loves shotguns. She quit being a FUD after we met at a vegetarian. Dude, Tony tells the funniest story about Mark, his employee.
What?
He says it's this guy. He's, middle-aged. He lives in Tony's neighborhood, and Tony hires him part-time to help package orders, right? So this guy, you know how some people are like, they like guns. They've got a couple of deer rifles, but they're not like into like all this crazy shit, right? Mm-hmm. So he starts working at the Kyber Customs compound, right? And Tony's like, dude, as time would go on, Mark would like, Tony's like buying guns and like bringing stuff through the house, and he's like, Mark's seeing like RPKs and like suppressors and all these crazy guns that he's never seen before. And I think Mark like built up the courage, and he's like, Tony, when you said you did gun stuff, I didn't know, like, I don't do this kind of stuff. Like, I think I might have oversold it. I don't like, I go hunting every now and again. And so Tony, like in a nice way, explains to him kind of like what we call like a FUD, like in like the nicest way he could have. Mm-hmm. And he says after like a few weeks, and Tony like bought like a Q Fix and all these crazy guns. And he's like, after a few months, Mark would come to work and he's like, Tony, I've been doing my research. I think I was a FUD. It's like the way that he said it. He's like, I think I was a FUD. I thought being into guns was like being into deer rifles, and that's like all there was. Like, I didn't understand that there was this whole thing with semi-automatic carbines and stuff. He's like, I think I was a FUD. I'm pretty sure I was one of the FUDs.
I feel like that's common with a lot of people. They don't realize that it's extreme and you can do so much with other rifles and everything. And like my girlfriends who don't know a lot about guns, so I have to explain it to them. I'm like, oh, like deer rifles and stuff, like going to shoot deer. I'm like, no.
I love it when you tell the story of how, like, because Rachel works for the county, so cops come in all the time. And some of the like local PDs that were in there, I guess, found out she does this gun stuff on Instagram. And this video has like made the rounds of Rachel with a full auto M92 with like a 50 round extended mag.
The
dumping.
One with Bad Element.
Yeah, just dumping. And so like any dude that works at the county that I guess thought that they did like a lot of shooting have seen like what Rachel's been doing, and they're all like popping into her office going, damn, that was you shooting that thing? And she's like, yeah, that was me shooting that thing. And they're like, dang, I thought I was going to come flex on you, but that ain't happening now.
Dude, my boss one time, we had like an incident that happened because people get threats all the time because I work for the county, and apparently a court date doesn't go well. So they'll call back the courthouse like, well, I'm going to threaten and bring a bomb. So we have to be on lockdown and everything. And so we had to be on lockdown. And my boss goes, we got Rachel. If something happens, we got her. She can just get rid of these dumbasses. So if anything happened, they rely on me, I guess. I don't know. But it's so funny how I work for the IT department. And so all them, I guess they're big fans of Brandon. And so.
Dude, she's got like Brandon super fans.
Dude.
And they'll be like, you know Brandon? And she's like, yeah. What's he like? What does he smell like? What's his hair feel like? What's he like?
I get those questions. I need to tell Brandon that, actually. I'm like,
I've never seen so many grown dudes swoon over another man. Anytime Brandon's around, like people they just swoon. Like, bro, chill out. Pascal has a question for you. Rachel, how do you carry your Glock? Wanted to get a slight cut on mine. Because of World War II bomb, I was not able to drive to my gunsmith.
Oh no! Ooh.
140 miles wasted, 300 yards. Before I arrived, police stopped me. Oh, they found an old bomb. Oh, yeah. That happens in Germany. That does not happen here.
No, it does not.
Haven't had too many world wars over here, so that's not normal. How do you carry your... I wouldn't say too much about it. Just so you carry now. You finally have started carrying.
I carry. It stays in the safe place, but when I go out and everything, if I'm wearing my concealed leggings and I'll have my little holster in it, that's how I carry. Or if I'm not wearing that and not wearing the right outfit, I have my purse with me, and then every time I leave the store, I have my hand right on it, just waiting, because
like pointing it,
walking to her truck. Not pointing it, you know what I mean. But every time I go shopping, it's just a bunch of weirdos out.
She walks to her truck like this, like scanning.
Literally, I watch and I'm like,
Yeah, she's like,
I'll call you. Remember?
Yeah, she's
every time I go to Target.
Because you know how it is. I mean, the most dangerous place for a woman, anyone will tell you that, like it's statistically proven, like large parking lots in front of grocery stores, malls, whatever, large parking lots. Mm-hmm. You're fumbling for your keys, your face is buried in your cell phone, you're looking for your car, that's where shit happens. So even my mom does this, like pistol stays in the purse, hand stays on the gun in the purse, it looks normal, and like you're ready. And you're just doing that until you get to your car. Once you're in your car, you can lock your doors and do your thing.
Oh,
but that's how Rachel like moves through parking lots.
I mean mug a lot too. Like literally. Target is the worst place to go because there's so many creepers there. And I would call Clay. I'm like, this guy, I can tell he's following me around the damn store, but I have it on me. I'm good and all that. But
that doesn't happen to dudes that often. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
I wouldn't.
It's just something like chicks have to deal with, just like freaking weird, creepy dudes that will just follow you for a while and then like lose interest. It's just, I know that happens a lot.
It's dumb.
Super Geo Killer wants to know, what's the one gun you want to see at Lethal Weapons? Whole bunch of crazy stuff coming out, but what's the one gun, babe?
Oh, he's asking me?
He's asking you.
Ooh, I know there's going to be a bunch of FALs, right?
DSA is going to be there. Yeah. You want to see some FALs?
I shot a full auto one at JMAG. It was so funny. We did the social media shoot at JMAC, and it was a night shoot, and there's lines and lines of guns, and so it's at nighttime, so you can barely see. You just pick one up and all that. And Clay goes, "Did you just shoot that FAL?" And I'm like, "Yeah." Yeah. Dude. And you're like, "How?"
It was this little thumper that has like an 8-inch long barrel, a freaking an FAL with an 8-inch barrel, and it had a 30-round DSA mag. And she's just like, just like sets it down. And I remember walking up to her, I'm like, you just shot that? And she's like, yeah, what? I'm like, it's freaking gnarly 308 30-round mag. She just did a dump it at night. And then just sets it down and like grabs another gun and starts dumping it. Mm-hmm. Like, damn, G.
But yeah, we'll see a lot of those, especially. That's gonna be cool. What about you, babe? What do you want to see out there? That would just make you go, oh my God.
You know, it'd be really cool.
What?
It would be super cool if someone brought a full auto Mini 14, kind of like with the folding stock, like A-Team. I've never seen a real full auto Mini 14 in the real world. Mm-hmm. So I'm hoping some of these people that are coming out, they literally just are bringing out a bunch of machine guns for people to shoot, and they've got all different kinds.
Is John gonna have that one you shot and you went like?
Oh, the MG42? Yeah. Yes. John's going to have the MG42. John's going to have like 100 machine guns all in a line.
Dude, his is awesome.
His MG42 is cool. He just post-sampled a Steyr AUG. He post-sampled a P90, which was freaking gnarly with a suppressor on it. Mm-hmm. Damn, what else did he do? The AUG was cool. I've never shot a full auto AUG before, and that was like such a sweet full auto shooter. And he had a suppressor on it. And it had the integrated optic. That was pretty freaking special, that Steyr AUG.
He always has so many interesting ones. Like, he's like, yeah, I just built it. Okay. Took 3 days.
You ever thought about doing some shotgun/handgun content every once in a while? Dude, I have one shotgun that is just like, I say, oh, I keep it for self-defense. It used to be like I used to prop it up next to the bed. It just sits in the safe. I don't get down with shotguns that much, but I really should. I love Epper and Saiga 12s. I love all that kind of stuff. I'm just never... I don't go out and buy shotguns. Like, I don't sit online and, like, pine over shotguns. I just don't. I literally have behind me, which I can't touch it on camera, I have a... God, I wish I could just pick it up and show you guys.
You can't move the camera and show it?
Let me see.
Messy.
Yeah, my room is very messy. Oop. I don't know if you guys can see that. Right there, there's a SPAS 12.
Can't see it, babe.
Well, that's fine. You're just going to have to believe me. So I've got a SPAS 12 right behind me, which sucks to shoot, but dude, it is so freaking cool just to, like, play with. But yeah, man, and pistols are another thing that I try to get into. I really try to get excited about pistols.
Yeah. We have only one that we have fun with, though.
I keep one competition pistol around just in case all I can find is a 2-gun match, and the only way I can shoot a match is I got to shoot a pistol 2. I bring that. But man, I got to do better about getting excited for pistols. I just don't. I really don't. If I'm totally honest, I just don't. But I do have a really cool pistol that MK3 Firearms is building me right now.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to be freaking awesome. Something super different that you don't see every day. It's going to be really cool.
Oh, remember that? No, I'm not bringing that up. If Kevin was here, who called me out on it. The text message.
Oh, yeah.
He sent it to me, and then he screenshot it, and then sent it to you. And I'm like,
you're like, is that a flare gun?
Shut up.
Yeah, don't say what it was, because that's the gun that's being built.
That was funny, though.
I got into Clayco before I was into an AK guy. Yeah. Well, I remember watching Brandon's channel years ago. He had a video that kind of made its rounds where he was like, dude, I don't know if the video's still available. The dude, he looks like he's like 16, 17 in the video. I think he's got an AK and he's like smoothing out the action. I think he's like kind of like showing you how to like sand the rails inside the receiver a little bit. I have such a vague memory of Brandon making a video like that. I know Possum can back me up if I'm like speaking the truth there, but I remember finding his channel a long, long time ago. Preston says, I recently picked up an M70 after watching your series on yours. Now I have some surplus wood and JMAC goodies on the way. Bro, you guys look so good with surplus wood, especially if you get some trench art. It really makes the look.
The trench art, for sure. Who was it? What was his name? He works at that shop, and he started doing all that trench art wood, and he found one that said Morty on it. I was like, oh my god, what is his name?
Say that again. I wasn't listening to a word you just said. I was reading. Sorry.
He's one of the homies that goes to Clash Bash and stuff. He's so sweet. But he started working at that gun shop, and he found a trench art handguard, and it said Morty on it. Do you remember that?
I remember seeing it. I don't remember who that was, though.
What was his name? It sucks.
Yeah. Cheesy Chungus. He knows about that Kalash Kamaz channel. AN94 would be sweet. I remember seeing one of the only ones in this country, Lyndon. Lyndon used to be a gunsmith for John at M13. Then he moved on to Rifle Dynamics. I don't know if he's still there, but he was actually kind of like brokering the sale of a stateside AN94 that I got to see, and was like, holy fucking shit, dude. That's a freaking AN94. There's a few of them over here that work. What gun do you not own that you would want to shoot at Lethal Weapons? What gun do I not own?
Ooh, what do you not own, Clay?
I don't own a lot of things. I've already shot it. Well, I guess that doesn't count. I would say RPD. That's the one thing that, like, if I could have any gun at all, RPD is, like, top of my list. But, you know, it would be super cool just to at least hold and shoot. I've shot one in my life, and it was 308, a a Chinese version. I would love to shoot like a real Russian Dragunov. I've never shot one in 54R. It'd be really cool. Collector's Firearms brought one out last year. I think it was an India. I'm pretty sure it was Chinese, but they sold it at Kalash Bash, which was crazy. Someone bought like a $7,000 gun.
Dang.
But it would be super cool to shoot a real Russian Dragunov. I've never had the chance. But events like this are a great place to do that because that stuff's out there on firing lines. Crazy rare stuff like that.
There's gonna be a lot of cool stuff out there.
You ever going to review a Brin in 5.56? I don't know, maybe, but most likely not. I don't have access to one, and I've never really paid that much attention to them, if I'm honest. I'll be honest, I get guns offered all the time to review and shoot. If it's not something that like kind of gets me excited, I usually just say, man, I'm just kind of overbooked right now. Like there's some stuff people offer, I know I would have to force myself to like go out and try to have fun with it and learn to like it. So some of that stuff I just don't even want to waste the time. Like I want to be excited to shoot the thing before I even go shoot it. That's the stuff I want to review.
Yeah.
I want to see someone shoot a Thompson or something wild, like an old BAR full auto RPK. Oh, there's going to be a ton of RPKs out there. I think JMac has a full auto Tommy gun that they will have on site.
Cool.
A BAR, I've never seen a full auto BAR in person before, but who knows? Lethal Weapons, we're going to see some guns we've never seen before.
It's going to be so retro.
Yeah, it's not all com block stuff. It's all different kinds of retro stuff.
Yeah.
There's going to be a lot of lever action stuff out there, too.
A lot of carry handles.
A lot of carry handles. We're talking Galil carry handles. We're talking FAL carry handles. And, of course, those sweet, sweet A1, A2, AR-15 carry handles. All kinds.
You think anybody's going to dress? I'm sure someone's going to dress up like the North Hollywood.
John's done it before.
Yeah.
Remember he dressed like Emil at Kalash Muss. And and it looked perfect. He had the homemade body armor, the same breakaway. He even had like the watch kind of like sewn in. Mm-hmm. Yep. John, I think it's time you bring back the Emil LARP. This is the perfect place.
I think Charlie said he wanted to dress as like Pee Wee Herman. Remember?
Oh, dude, that would be good.
I was like, okay, that'd be cool.
Visit me, Clay. Got a friend who owns 5 of them in Switzerland. He just bought 3 VSS Ventures last year with 10 more rare guns. Yeah, I know, like, in certain countries, like, Dragunovs are... You, like, walk into a gun shop and they're sitting there on a rack. I think it was, like, on a military arms channel video. I think he went to the B&T factory, and while he was in town in Switzerland, he went to some random gun shops, and he was like, just some of the stuff they had on the shelf here is extremely expensive, rare, unobtainable. But, you know, the same could be said about America. Like, there's people that live in other countries that just see what we can walk into a gun shop and buy, something they've never had imported before. So it goes both ways. That's something I could get behind. Get Clay and Rachel to Europe. Yeah, that'd be super cool.
That'd be a trip. We should do it for the honeymoon.
We don't say it enough, but how cool is it that Pascal has a life in Germany, is taking like a week or 2 off of his job.
Yeah.
He's coming all the way to Texas, and he's coming here to do like all kinds of stuff other than Lethal Weapons. He's bouncing around doing all the fun Texas stuff. Mm-hmm. And then while he's here, he's going to this crazy gun event, and he's already done it once with Kalash Bash, and he's volunteering and working the event. Like, who does that?
He was a big help last year, which is awesome.
Oh, yeah, he was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
He was working during the day, and he was partying at night, winning every single arm wrestling contest that came his way.
Yep.
The dude's a unit, a total unit.
I don't remember the arm wrestling that night.
The arm wrestling was hilarious.
Ugh.
You arm wrestled Lan.
Lan?
Yeah.
Oh, he was drunk, and I was drunk. But no one got it on film. They got everything else except me and Lan. And I'm like, darn it, I wanted to watch it. Oh, well. Maybe someone out there did. Who knows?
Here's a question for you, babe. WBP Jack or M90? I got the M90, but don't like the weight of it.
M90.
Well, you never even shot a WBP Jack before.
True.
But the M90 is nice.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna have to agree with you, M90.
Told you.
They're heavy, but, no recoil. So you can shoot them real fast.
Yep.
And if it's heavy, it'll just make you strong when you shoot it,
It's true, though, because I thought my gun was super heavy, and then I just started doing it, and just like, you know what? Screw the weight. I'll do it. And I get that question all the time from, like, grown men. They'd be like, AKs are just too heavy. I just can't get into them. Wow.
And she'll be like,
put your purse down.
Put your purse down, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Probably carries a taser,
Yeah.
Probably doesn't even make his own beef jerky.
Nope.
Probably
don't wipe his own. Well, maybe he might wipe his own butt.
Probably has his mom still wipe his butt.
Lives in the basement.
Can we talk about wiping butts again for a second? So I have a question. At what point in our relationship are we going to be in love enough where you will start wiping my ass?
Not happening. Probably when you can't use your legs anymore or your handicap or something.
I can fake that.
No, you can't.
I can fake it.
No,
if
you
it gets a
can't.
free ass wipe.
It's not happening. I'm sorry. You can do so much more for me to get to that point. I'm sorry.
Well, I'm gonna be old one day.
Yeah, we both
And
are going to be.
I ain't gonna be able to reach to certain places anymore, so
Well, I'm sure technology's going to get even better
maybe.
later on.
Yeah, you actually have a good point. Maybe.
Robot can wipe your own ass.
Yeah. Yep.
Then you say, but you can do like me? No, but you can do
But
like
you
me.
can't do it like me. Nope. M90 isn't too heavy or too weak. 10 push-ups for the fatherland. No, it is honestly a very heavy gun. It's very heavy. I just put that new JMac rail on mine, and I had the whole thing stripped, and I remember walking through the house with it, like reminding myself, like, damn, this is a heavy-ass gun. Long, thick barrel, bulged receiver. It's a chunky little boy.
Read that comment.
It's a chunky bad boy.
Don't start.
Which
Read that
comment?
the last one.
What's the point of wiping if you're going to shit again anyway? You know what? Yes. What is the point?
There is a big point. You're going to be adding on to it.
What if we just lived on a toilet? What if every chair...
Jerry.
What if every chair had a toilet? Like, what if it was human nature to just, like dogs and other animals, they just sort of shit whenever they want? Imagine if humans...
And Cody.
Imagine if evolution led to everything having a hole in it that you just pooped into. Like, right now, I could have just pooped and no one would have known it. You know what I mean? I bet you that's where the human race is going.
You probably make weird faces, so I'm sure we would notice.
I make the same face that I'm making right now when I poop.
I doubt
It's not like a... Well, it depends. It depends. If it's like one of those paint the bowl nights, sometimes I might make a face.
Morty, you hearing this?
Cheesy Chungus says, I'm getting a Sam 5 soon. Hopefully I don't get one with the gas problems. Yeah, they seem to be having some problems with that. I just don't see how that's bad enough where a K&S piston wouldn't fix it. Any 5.56 AK is really overgassed. Every single 5.56 gun we have has a piston in it. Every single one.
Yep. Mine does, especially.
Rachel's gun. Yes. So Rachel's gun was the one we let go for a long time. And every time I would shoot it, I would feel bad. Because she shoots it way more than me. And I would shoot it and I would go, damn, this thing like has more recoil than my 106. Her gun was just really overgassed. And after a while, I really felt like it was kind of like beating itself up. So... 2 years, I finally put a K&S piston into it, and it was like a night and day difference. It was smoother. It's
less recoil.
It's just better. It's better, so much better than it was before.
It was like jumping for a while, and I was like, why is it doing that? So
yeah, her gun was gassed pretty high. And it would even cause malfunctions with some mags.
Well,
The
it
gun was
super
just
dirty,
so
too.
violent.
I haven't cleaned it in a while, so it was super dirty as well.
Pascal, you need to knock it off.
Stop it, Pascal.
He says, I'm going to finish work now and drive home. See y'all soon in 15 days. Man, can you believe it's that close?
15? It's already in 15 days?
Well, no, he's coming into town way early.
Oh, yeah, true.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pascal, we will see you very soon. I think Aiden's even staying at our house the weekend before the bash.
Yeah.
The lethal weapons.
So when is Pascal staying with us?
I don't know. I don't remember. Sometime during that week. I'm sure he'll remind us. Pascal, have a good night, my man.
Have a good night, Pascal. Drive safe.
Idiocracy. Yes. I bring up that movie all the time. Rachel's never seen it.
What?
I quote the movie Idiocracy all the time. It's a dumb movie from the early 2000s, but it's so true. It's just about how, like, it's going to sound bad, but, like, eventually, like, dumber people will just, like, outbreed smarter people. Like, it sets the scene, like, smarter people are, like, more consumed with, like, their careers, and before they know it, they're too old to have kids, so they never have kids. They only focused on their successful careers and so on and so on. And then it shows, like, a couple of people, and, like, the dude's, like, getting the neighbor pregnant. He's got his wife pregnant, like, 3 times, can't hold a job, and now all those kids are breeding, and they're breeding, and so on and so on.
Oh, is it the one with,
It's Luke Wilson. And
okay.
they show just, like, many years into the future how that compounds on itself, and eventually people just get, like, more and more dumb over time. And their kids are, like, dumber than them, and then their kids are dumber than them. And it just, like, shows the world at that time. And it's kind of true. It's like everyone just sits around, like, with a huge screen with all these different shows. They're, like, watching 20 shows at a time. Kind of like TikTok right now, and, like, Instagram and all these shows that are all fighting to hold our attention.
Yeah.
And every chair has a toilet built into it, so you never have to get up and move. And there's, like, French fry vending machines everywhere, and Starbucks or strip clubs. What's up, Morty?
Now Morty's in the other dimension, whatever.
The best 5.56 AK actually available right now, the SAM 5. You know, there seems to be this big stink going on with Arsenal. Mishiko's even, like, emailing me about it. He's like, did you hear about all the Arsenal SAM 5s and all these problems? I'm like, yeah, I've been hearing about them. I still think, let's just say you get one of the SAM 5s that maybe doesn't have a gassing problem. I think that is, like, the ultimate 5.56 AK that I wanted for so long was the milled 5.56. They're just buttery smooth. Just, man, they just feel so dang good. My K101 is, like, probably the nicest shooting AK that I own. But out of everything I've ever owned, it's hard to beat an SLR 106. They're not available.
They're very rare
Which,
now.
like Lucas says, you know, what's available right now. But an SLR 106 is probably, in my opinion, the best 5.56 AK we ever got in this country. It's the best all-arounder. You get the side-folding rear trunnion 100 series. You get that 90-degree gas block. It's basically an AK-74. All the aftermarket stuff fits it. You can tune the gas down with a K&S piston. It's very easy to put a suppressor on. You have optic rails on the side of most of them. They're just awesome, and they're built like freaking tanks, dude. Arsenal stamped AKs in general, especially all of the SLR 100 series that we got, they're built like freaking tanks. Awesome guns. What's available today? Let's think about it. You have some of the WBP 5.56 rifles, which I don't have hands-on experience with. FB Radom, very high-quality gun. Is it something you're going to go out and beat on all the time? Probably not, but they are very high quality, especially for the price. SAM 5's awesome. M90 I still think is the best value. The amount of money you spend for a 5.56 AK for what you get, can't beat an M90 for price. The Wasser 3s just started coming back in the country. Like, who saw that coming? That happened out of
A lot of people
nowhere.
have been talking about that.
Yep. But the problem with the Wasser 3s They take the Weiger mags. Weiger, however you pronounce them. Those are expensive mags that are not the easiest to find. That's probably the biggest downfall of the Wasser 3. Super Weenus.
Super Weenus.
Money means nothing to Super Weenus, and because of that, he asks, since you won't let me buy shavers for my sack to support you, I just wanted to take the opportunity to say thank you for all the videos. More OG Galil content, please. I have an OG Galil sitting on the floor right next to me that I can't touch. I'm talking bipod. I'm talking ARM with a carry handle, folding stock.
Is it sitting there?
It's sitting on the floor. It's like got a gun case on it. I literally, YouTube won't let you freaking touch anything like that on camera, so can't do it. But that is coming. I promise you.
Thank you. That was sweet of him.
Super Weenus, dude. I appreciate you saying that, man. Thank you. I shot a Sam 5 a while back, supposedly one of the good ones, and I wasn't impressed. Literally felt like more recoil than a 7.62. Most 5.56 AKs are going to be very snappy. I think a lot of people think they're all going to shoot like an AK-74 and 5.45. They don't shoot like 5.45 at all. Not even close. 5.56 is an extremely high pressure round. AKs are all overgassed by design. A 7.62 round... Yes, the pistons help. A 7.62 by 39 round is a lower pressure than 5.56, but it's just a really heavy round. So there's a lot of kick. Don't let that like turn you off of a 5.56 AK. You have to tune the gas.
Yeah.
It's an overgas platform with a high pressure round. They kick. They really do, and they're kind of hard on brass. I shot my 106 at an indoor match. The footage came out shit, so I'm not going to make a video about it, but just shot one, and because it was an indoor match, I had to run brass case. That gun has not malfunctioned in years. I put brass case in it, and it freaking literally like bent the case in half.
Dang.
I'm like, it's just 5.56 AKs are very violent. They're really gassy. The action's really violent. It's hard on brass.
They're picky.
I wouldn't say they're picky. They're hard on ammo. Steel case, no problem. Really strong case, right? Brass case is way more malleable. The vicious action of a 5.56 AK kind of hurts it, but I guess my point is they're supposed to be that way. That's just how they are. It's an AK, and it's the round that you're trying to stuff in it is high pressure. Put a piston in there, and Mark came by, right? Remember when Mark came to stay with us and he brought his brand new Sam 5?
Yep.
Fit and fire.
Yeah, fit and fire.
So I have my K101, my milled 5.56 AK with a piston and a suppressor, tuned. He brings his Sam 5 to the house, and we put a chemo mount on it, and we put a dead air Sandman, but he's running factory gas. We took them both to the range to film a YouTube video. His gun was like beating itself apart. It was so gassy. And then with the can on it, you're adding back pressure, and he was like, damn, dude. I'm like, hold up, dude. Shoot my milled 5.56. And it's just like...
Yeah.
It's like, pull the trigger as fast as you can, and the gun's just like, do, like, not moving. You can shoot it one-handed, and he's like, holy shit, that has no recoil. I'm like, yeah. You gotta turn the gas down on a 5.56 AK, dude. You freaking have to. Especially if you're gonna put a can on him. Mm-hmm. He put the K&S piston in his Sam 5, and he called me when he got back home. He's like, bro, I hated this gun when I shot it the first time. Put the piston in, and like, holy crap, I fell in love with the gun after that. It totally changed it. Sorry, I kind of rambled on that one.
It's all good.
Born in 78. Hey guys, what do you think of shooting gold in AKs? Also, love the vids, including the ones with the 80s intro.
Mario has one.
Mario has an actual 24-karat gold-plated AK that he's going to shoot at Lethal Weapons. He said he was going to shoot it at the match.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Dude, it's got pearl furniture, and it's actual gold-plated. I'm like, bro, I wouldn't. He's like, I'm going to do it. He's like, I want to stand out. He's going to wear, like, Adidas with, like, a freaking, like, a Run DMC gold chain and his golden AK. And a Kangal. It's going to be awesome.
Nice.
I think they look awesome. I would never pay to have it done. It's not the strongest finish if you're going to shoot the gun all the time. But I think they're freaking baller. Thanks for the tip, by the way.
Super nice.
Rachel's like, I think they're cute.
I think they're cute. Yep. Shiny. That video still cracks me up of him on that little scooter and he was shooting that Glock pistol in full auto.
Oh, yeah, that was cool.
That was so funny. Looked like a freaking clown just going meow, 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 meow.
Where did you get your 45 round 5.56 RPK mags? I need that drip.
Ooh,
That drip costs about $400 now.
They're very, very rare.
The quick history on those came in the country through Royal Tiger Imports, the same company that brought in the Molot 5.56 RPKs. They brought mags in with them. Those mags were $80 new. And Royal Tiger Imports mislabeled all those RPKs, and they had them listed on their website as like 16-inch carbines. Dudes were buying them, and they were getting Vepers in the mail, and they were like, holy... Like, that's how Mishiko got his, and he told the whole story. That's why they were so slept on. They marketed them very poorly.
Wow.
And so they sold slow, and not many came in. Once people found out that those mags will work with a lot of 5.56 AK variants, which, as you know, have like no high-capacity mag options. When people found out that those exist and there's some in the country, they snapped them all up, and they went from $80 to street value of about $400 now to find a Molot 5.56 mag. I had 3 at one time. I sold one that paid for the other 2 when they went up in price, so we got them both for free. And then we color matched them to our guns just to piss people off.
Yeah, they don't like that. I'm like, you can just change it black again. It's all good.
Preston says, I picked up a PSA 102 and couldn't fix a serious LPS issue. Send it back, and I'm hoping I get the gun back that runs. So much for first US AK. Yeah, I'm rooting for all these American AK companies, but man, it just seems like we're just not there. We're just not there with any of these American companies when...
I know one company had it.
This is not a popular opinion, but the fact that you can go get an M70 right now for under $1,000, that is an imported gun, cold hammer forged chrome line parts, the barrel, everything else is cold hammer forged. Some people freaking hate Yugo pattern AKs, but I would 100% of the time, especially right now, until some of these companies get a little more time making these things, I would always buy an import before an American-made AK. I just would. Just purely for the fact that it will hold its value is one thing. And you're buying it from someone that's been making them for decades. Mm-hmm. They've figured it out. Their tooling has been paid for decades. And they've been there, done that. Like, the guns have seen action. They've done it all. They've got their own data packs. How can an American company compete with that when they've only been doing it for like less than 10 years?
Yeah.
Kind of hard to do.
Is that why a lot of companies are they can't get it? Like, they're not failing, but they just can't get to that point.
Well, American companies have had to reverse engineer something that another country has been making on very specific tooling with all the metallurgy and all the data spot on for many decades. So you have an American company that's trying to make something close to that without like real deal Soviet data packs. The data pack tells you everything. How hard certain metals need to be so that one doesn't beat the other one to death after 1,000 rounds. Very specific diameters, very specific types of metal, everything. You need those data packs, and then you need the proper tooling to make them, which is not cheap. And you have to pay Americans to make them. And as you know, Americans want to get paid $20 a freaking hour just to sweep a floor. Imagine... imagine that. AKs, when they were developed, and Misha's got a great video on this, decades ago when AKs were a brand new thing, they were built for, they had unlimited state funding. Unlimited. Make the best gun you can freaking make. You have unlimited materials, unlimited manpower. You don't have to pay anybody. This is all directly being paid from the state. Just make the best gun you can. So they did. They got the AK, and the tooling was paid for in no time. Now you have Americans that want really, really high minimum wage to build a gun that took the entire might of the Soviet state a long time ago. It's like when you really spell it out, like this is why American companies can't get this right. You got to pay American wages. Mm-hmm. You don't have the data packs. You don't have the proper tooling. You've had to reverse engineer from the start. That is why it's taking American companies so long to get it right.
Yeah, and that's
I know
more
Jerry
money.
K's in the comments. He can back me up on this. He's a smarter guy than I am when it comes to this stuff. If Jerry wanted to go make AKs, they would be good.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that one he made, Let You Borrow, was very unique.
Yep.
But yeah, that's pretty
That's a good
shame.
point. Peter makes a good point. You know, Zastava made their own AK. They didn't have the TDP like a lot of other countries did. Zastava kind of put their own spin on it. They just did. That's why Yugo AKs are so different. They didn't have the data packs. I'm assuming, and this is just because I don't know, I'm assuming they had to have some data because the guns are really good. But they didn't have all the data. Furniture's different. Receivers physically thicker, different size. The barrel thickness is different. It's like an amalgamation. It's kind of like how Chinese AKs, even though they made like stamped Type 56 variants, they still had a bunch of AK-47 like milled Type 3 like stuff. Barrel thicknesses, the way the trunnion looked, the gas block. It's almost like a mashup of a Type 3 milled AK with the stamped gun, and some of the stuff kind of looks like Yugo pattern stuff. So it's funny what some countries, like where they took their influences. But as far as like Russian AKM pattern, they didn't give those data packs to just anybody. Like Egypt was one of the first countries to get it. All the Mahdi's, those are built on real deal Russian data packs, Russian tooling, Russian advisors. Mahdi's are really nice AKs. If you like Russian AKM variants, like that type of AK. Where's Jerry? That would be a challenge. Jerry has a Dremel. I've seen the stuff Jerry can do with a Dremel. Jerry could make the first well-made American AK with a Dremel. I know he could.
Jerry can do anything.
Literally, like Jerry's like, I think I could make that take AK mags. And I'm like, And then he does. I'm like, bruh. Like Jerry got one of the the BRN 180s, the 7.62s. In fact, the one that was on my channel, it's his now. He's like, yeah, I got it to take AK mags with a PSA lower. I was like, damn, dude. How did you do this? Super cool what he can do.
Yeah. Genius.
All right. What do you say we go for I didn't realize we're at 2 hours. Let's go for about 10 more minutes here. The questions are flowing in.
Yeah.
A ton of you people are still watching. I mean, we've only got to get up early and go to work. No big deal.
Oh, wow. It's me and Morty's bedtime.
All right. Let's see. Yugo's got them from Albanian defectors. Maybe that's true. Is it true that Yugos weigh more than other AKs? Yes. Barrels are thicker. Receivers are thicker. The furniture sets are heavier and thicker. You know, like my PP. Next question. American wages on top of having to make a profit instead of a military factory with unlimited funding. Yep. I mean that's the reason. So I almost feel bad for I want all of these American companies to fail. Like KUSA, for instance, don't want them to fail. I want them to make an affordable 545, an affordable 556, an affordable 7.62 100 series. I want that stuff. Mm-hmm. Just want it to be good, Even if it was a little expensive, it would be nice to have something stateside, just knowing if more stuff gets banned from importation, that at least you have something good that's made here. PSA, same thing. I want the dudes to succeed with AKs. I just do. But when you look at what they're up against, American wages, not having the data packs, having to tool up here stateside, I mean, the chips are definitely stacked against them. And then trying to make a profit on top of that. That's tough. Jim Fuller always said it best. He's like, man, when you see an American-made AK sold at a certain price, knowing what it takes to make a good AK, you have to think, how could they be selling it that cheap and still make a profit? Knowing what it takes, it's enough to kind of scare you away just a little bit. Like, it's okay. Like, hey, it's okay if it's expensive, in my opinion. If Sentry or PSA or KOSA or whatever said, okay, our AK is going to be like $1,700, cheaper than a current like SAM 7 or SAM 5 import from Arsenal. But it was like clone correct. All the metallurgy was good. It was like, sure enough, a like really good AK clone. I think the price would maybe be a telltale sign at, man, maybe what do they have invested in that? Maybe they really got it right. And if like YouTube videos and demos and all this stuff started to come out that these guns were like surviving, would people still bitch about the price? Because you can't have your cake and eat it too with AKs.
I don't think so.
Everyone, especially like some older people, they are very used to the days of the Wasser 10 being $4.99, and you couldn't give them away. Like every pawn shop had 20 of them on the shelf. Everyone's so used to the days of when parts kits were everywhere, Wassers were everywhere, Modis were everywhere. All this stuff was Chinese AKs were junk, at one time. Everyone's still kind of coming off that wave. People, that was 20 freaking years ago, man. That was a long time ago. It's not that way anymore. It's just not, okay? Imports are drying up. Parts kits have dried up a long time ago. At least the good stuff has. The stuff we're getting now, that's the stuff that was picked over years ago. We're getting all the scraps now. And now it's supply and demand. There's way less of it. Way more people want it. And the good stuff's hard to find. AKs should not be $500. That's like the fuddiest thing still today that I hear. An AK should be a $500 gun. They're cheaply made. They're junk. Nope. Couldn't be farther from the truth. Mm-mm. And the only reason they were that cheap at one time is just because there were so many of them coming in. And the country that's making them, the tooling has been long since paid for.
Yep.
Those days are just over.
And
an
now
AK is an expensive gun.
And everyone's hopping on it because it's hard to find now. Like the actual like retro and rare ones. And they're getting mad if you can't find it.
Do you think Zastava will make an M21 in the U.S.? I need to look that up. Isn't that like their current 5.56 AK? Let me Google that. M21 Zastava. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. I don't know. I think it came up in a TFB TV video, and I think they said maybe it could be done. It would be sweet. I know Scott at RS Regulate has one built from a kit that is awesome. But those are really cool. Thank you for the tip, by the way. Yeah, Wasser 10, $1,000 now. Yep, my first AK was a Wasser 10. I think my dad paid $300 for it. And it was a 1063 with like laminate wood, had a bayonet and oil bottle, had the canvas sling that it came with. That was back when a Wasser like had a bunch of stuff in the box with it, like real Soviet Comblock stuff.
Oh, wow.
Those days are long gone. Robert says, non-popular opinion to end the night. My PSA GF3 looks better and softer and better than my Wasser 10, and it hasn't let me down with any mag, unlike my Wasser that is mag picky, but that's sample of one. The reason a lot of older Wassers are mag picky is because their mag wells had to be opened up here stateside. A lot of AKs, M70s, Arsenals, all that stuff, a lot of that comes over with single stack mag wells, and it all has to be opened up. Sentry was doing that by hand for a long time. And Wasser 10s were notorious for like only fitting steel mags really well, like polymer mags, Bakelite mags. They were super tight butthole because the mag wells were opened up by hand. Now, a lot of that stuff is done with CNC, and it's better than it used to be. But yeah, I mean, some people have great luck with their American AKs. Some people don't. But Robert, that's a really, really good point, and that is definitely your opinion. And thank you for the tip, man.
So sweet. These are awesome questions. I'm learning too.
Yep, I think the $1,000 Serbs are great for starters. Absolutely. And look at the aftermarket now. RS Regulate just came out with a rail for them that's like the tits.
Yeah.
J-Max making stock adapters for them. You can put SIG stocks on them. Different furniture sets are available. There's K&S pistons available for them. They're fun to suppress. They're not picky with mags. I love the current M70. I love everything about it. Me and Tony do not agree on that. I know he is like not down with like the current Serbian imports. I freaking love them.
Y'all don't agree on same music either.
Yeah, we like different kinds of music. My Wasser didn't like hollow points. Dude, I've had trouble with 7.62 AK specifically, just being super picky with hollow points, especially like out of a drum mag. So I don't think that's all that uncommon. How the hell do we have more people watching now than we did like at a decent hour earlier? You guys,
I know.
everyone's in bed. That's what it is.
They're laying down on their phones.
Ooh, I saw one I wanted to read. Here we go. I'm betting there'll be plenty of Mini 14s at Lethal Weapons. I hope so.
That'd be cool.
AC556, that's what it was called. When I was asked what I wanted to see out there, it's called an AC556. The full auto Mini 14. It's got like a shorter barrel, folding stock. I would love to shoot one of those. I'm hoping one shows up for a demo.
Yeah.
That would be super rad. We need to post sample the one that we have and just chop the barrel. What do you guys prefer in the comments? Would you rather have the K&S piston or a tunable gas block?
K&S piston.
Why would you have a K&S piston?
Because you can do it. You can adjust it, right?
Well, you could adjust a gas block too.
True. I think just K&S piston's easier.
You just like them. You're biased.
Yeah, I do. I like Daniel and Tyson. They're so
And all
sweet.
the guys.
Mm-hmm.
I've had both. I still think, me personally, I would have the K&S piston. The two biggest reasons. Number one, you can install it yourself with basic hand tools. A gas block, not so much. And number two, they just don't get carbon locked. Best thing about a tunable gas block is you don't have to disassemble the gun to adjust. You can adjust on the fly, but they are notorious for getting carbon locked. And you cannot install them easily yourself without depopulating the barrel and having a press and everything else. Most people don't have that stuff. I don't have that stuff. The K&S piston has just made it so easy. Like, I install them in 20 minutes. If I get a new AK and I want to suppress it, in 20 minutes I can suppress it. That is hard to beat.
Yep.
A lot of people liking Yugos. Arsenal SLR107, good to go. I believe that's the non-folding stock. Yeah. Word around the street is they outsource a lot of that in Bulgaria. It's like not all made at the Circle 10 factory. It's the word around the street anyway. That's what Misha says. So are you really getting like a full-on Arsenal? I don't know. But everyone that has them seems to really like them. SAR 3, good. I'm glad you're having good luck with it. Man, people always want us to do events in another state. It's impossible. The amount of work it takes, I have to go to the range a dozen times throughout the year, just ahead of time.
And you have a full-time job too. So
yeah, the job makes doing events difficult. 2 events is already difficult. Doing one event not local to me would be impossible. It's just too hard to do. I would have to have someone that I trust a lot to constantly be going out there. Like, I need pictures, like how big are the bays, meet with the owners. I got to have calls all the time. I can't go out there and see it for myself. I'd have to like fly or drive. It's difficult. Yeah. This is the more reason why it is so easy for you guys to like host an event on your own. Like, I'm telling you, it's not that difficult. Eventually, word spreads and things kind of snowball. Just find a range and get a bunch of your homies together and like make it a reoccurring thing. And eventually, if the moon is right, it'll grow a little bit more and more. And eventually, you'll be like, damn, I got 100 people showing up to this thing. This is cool. And then some vendors might start coming out, and that's just how that grows. That's how Thunder on the Tundra started taking off. That's how Kalashnikon started taking off. Any event out there started taking off.
Yep.
People just sort of started getting together and doing it. And if it was good, the next time more people showed up. And if it was good that time, more people showed up the next time.
Yeah, but it takes a lot, you know.
Oh, it takes a ton of work, for sure.
You don't realize how much work it takes. It's stress.
Man, you guys are commenting way too fast. I can't read them fast enough.
Can I start clicking on some? Do I have that ability?
Find one and I'll highlight it. But if you see one you want to answer, just read it aloud.
Okay. Which one did you just read? Oof, they are coming fast.
Gen 1 KNS, dude, all the Gen 1 KNS pistons break. That's why they don't make them anymore. All the leaf springs on those break. They'll sell you the new collar. You can put it on in 5 minutes. Rachel, are you going to pick a question?
Yeah. If it came out of the factory with the gas block, that would be neat, but
Yes.
It would need to be heavy duty.
Yes. That's why I love the M90. It comes factory with a tunable gas block with 3 settings, and it suppresses well on the lowest setting. That's different. What I'm getting at is, you buy a bone stock AK, you have a choice. Install the tunable gas block or the piston. The piston just makes it way too easy. You don't have to have a gunsmith do it, and you don't have to use your special tools to do it.
RBK mags allowed at LW.
Yeah, no magazine restrictions, so bring whatever mags you want. What kind of red dot are you going to shoot at the match, Rachel?
You can't use red dots.
That's correct. It's iron sight only. What are you shooting at the match?
The Colt.
The Colt 9mm?
Mm-hmm.
The 620... I don't know my Colt numbers. 623, 625. The Colt 9mm.
Yeah.
It's freaking dope.
Yeah,
A1 carry handle. It's dope.
if it's not going to be cold, I'll LARP as Sarah Connor.
It shouldn't be. Middle of spring. Should be okay.
Texas, you never know.
Yeah, I'm just hoping if we get rain, I'm going to choke somebody.
No, you are going to have to like pray for the next 2 weeks for the event. For no rain.
I have 2 Canis pistons. They work. I have no adjustable gas blocks. Jacob knows.
Yeah.
PAR for the win. Yep, I want a PAR pump action AK so bad. I don't know if that was a video I deleted or not. I don't think so. I think it's still up. One of the funnest YouTube videos I ever had the chance to make was the PAR, the pump action. It's still up. Thank goodness. I had to delete so many videos on YouTube just for YouTube to like freaking do about face and say, hey, sorry, we fixed the glitch and everything's okay. Man, I deleted like 100 videos that I wish I would have left a lot of them up.
I know. And I kept telling him, like, just wait, just wait.
I couldn't just wait.
I know.
People were losing their channel left and right.
He had to make a sacrifice.
Sorry, I'm just scanning through messages here. God damn, I can't keep up. LARP as the Terminator. AR-18 with one hand, SPAS 12 in the other. Rachel, you could do that. That SPAS 12 only weighs about 47 pounds.
Yeah, no, that weighs me.
That weighs as much as you. Maybe I'm unpopular, but I like just leaving the piston stock. I also don't have a suppressor. My WBP jack has been great. Sights are perfectly straight, no complaints. That's awesome. You won't feel the same way if you ever do suppress it. And that's the thing. People ask me all the time, like, oh man, my gun kicks a little bit. Should I put the K&S piston in there? Honestly, no. Like, if you just like learn how to control the recoil, there's muzzle brakes you can use, proper stance. There's better ways than just saying, oh, I'll just tune the gas. But if your gun, like, say the SAM 5 that people are buying is like wildly overgassed, then yeah, there's a place for it. If you're going to put the can on it ever, 100% put a K&S piston in there. I mean, it's an AK. That suppressor is going to make that thing so freaking violent to shoot without tuning the gas, you're really going to regret it. But if you're not going to suppress it and it's okay, you don't need to tune the gas at all.
What happened that one time you put the suppressor on the Draco and it gave you hell after that? And
I was trying to shoot subsonic.
oh yeah.
And the Bear subsonic ammo, we later found out, was like specifically, the recipe that they used was specifically made for 16-inch barrels with factory gas. Like the dwell time, everything was like specifically made for that. So the second you had a different type of dwell time, a shorter barrel, a different gas system, tunable gas at all, the subsonic ammo would just not work at all. It needed very overgassed guns to work. So factory guns with a suppressor with subs work beautifully on a 16-inch barrel. The only short barrel gun I've ever gotten subs to work with were the Galil Aces, because those things are very overgassed. Even the short barrels, they're so overgassed that they will function with subs. But the second you put a K&S piston on them and try to run subs, they won't work. You've taken just enough gas away, even fully closed, that the recipe in those subs just not going to work anymore.
You can't find that ammo.
I've got
Didn't you get like
4 boxes that I found at a gun show, and I paid like $20 a piece for, and I'm like, I will cherish this forever. Like, I don't know when or where I'm going to use it, but if I ever get the right video,
right gun?
I told myself, like, this will make 4 videos. I can shoot 20 rounds in 4 videos just to show people what the subs are like.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, man, that freaking ammo ban sucked so bad. That Bear subsonic ammo was freaking beautiful. It was so cheap for subs.
Yeah.
And if you had an AK that it did work with, dude, it was like shooting a 22. It felt so cool to shoot and was so quiet.
Oh yeah, that video. I remember.
Have you tried a Huxworks? So what's interesting is people have tried to run subsonic Bear ammo through an AK with the Huxworks. Huxworks is like OSS rebrand. It's still OSS, different name, same cans. Their flow through, they don't add a lot of back pressure. Problem is, a lot of the subs won't work with flow through suppressors because they don't give you the back pressure you need to cycle the action because the rounds are very underpowered. So conventional cans, those, it's funny, like not a lot of people think that, but they put so much thought into those rounds. Conventional cans that add back pressure on a 16-inch barrel, factory gas, factory dwell time, that's what that round was specifically made for. Once you deviate from any of that stuff, they start to be very unreliable and you short stroke and they don't cycle the action. But Rachel, you knew that. You knew all that. Rabbit Hole Reviews, thanks for the tip. Looking forward to the Zastava Z-Pap underfolder. Yeah, they debuted the underfolder M70 at SHOT Show, like an actual real deal underfolder. That was really cool.
Did y'all get to see Rinko?
No.
No.
You know, this is the first SHOT Show I've went to where I wasn't there looking for AK stuff. We were there like looking for like retro gun stuff. So I didn't go to any AK booths. I went to the Arsenal booth just because I wanted to go see Ryan. But man, but the thing is, this year at SHOT Show, it was pretty boring. I would say there were 2 interesting AK things at SHOT Show at all. Everyone was talking about the Midwest Industries Zenitco stuff, which I didn't go see. And then, of course, you had Zastava with the underfolder M70s, which was pretty cool. Short of that, nobody was doing anything new that I knew about. Like, AK-wise, it was kind of a desert of same old stuff from last year. That was certainly the case at the KUSA booth. Same old stuff from last year. Rachel, when will you be doing a rocket launcher video?
We did.
Did we?
The little thing that Jerry brought out. Not Jerry. Yeah, his name was Jerry. The one at CrossCon. That's a rocket launcher.
A launcher. That was a yeah, we shot a dummy grenade off of an M90A underfolding Zastava.
That was fun.
That was cool. With blanks, we were launching dummy grenades with blanks. That was cool.
That was close enough.
That was close enough. Those subs are really quiet in the PAR. Man, I wish I would have... the one we had still had the thread protector pinned in place, so we couldn't suppress it, but, dude, I bet that thing is stupid quiet. Yeah, the PSA Retro ARs. The H&R ARs, to me, were the most exciting thing at SHOT Show. Hands down. More exciting than that... man, they had some other gun there that everyone was talking about. I was concerned with all the A1 carry handles. That was really cool.
Yeah.
All right, Rachel, I know it's getting late. Let's get 5 more questions, and then we're done. Sound good?
Yep. Take my bubble bath and go to bed.
At this time?
Yes.
Okay. Preston says, what do you think the realistic future of 7.62x39 and 5.45 is in the U.S.? Will be with the current political climate. I know just from talking to ammo dealers, like there's like guys like Ammo Guy and all these other people, they've got enough ammo to supply us for like 2 or 3 years. Long time. And I think by that time, a lot of American manufacturers, like everyone wants to make money. I've always said, and this everyone says this, if there's money to be made and there's like a hole in the market, someone's going to fill that hole. You've got AKs being pumped out of all these companies, and we're still getting AKs hand over fist being imported. They all need ammo. If all the ammo totally dries up, someone's going to be making that ammo stateside, or someone's going to be importing it from a place that's legal to import it from. I don't think 7.62x39 is ever going away. I think 5.45 is going to get to be where it's very expensive and very difficult to get.
Very expensive and difficult to get.
You always have 5.56 AKs. I know that's not everyone's cup of tea, but at least you can scratch your AK itch with ammo that you can find. It's not that... I'm not saying it is the best round through an AK. It's not. 5.45 is king of the castle, 100%. But I'm not going to go broke shooting AKs. It's very cheap to enjoy an AK in 223 steel case, and you just get to go do AK things, and you're not breaking the bank. I don't understand why that just turns people off because of the round. It's a freaking round. There's a ton of guns out there that shoot 223. Does everything have to be an AR-15? No, it does not.
No, and it sucked during COVID or whatever. We couldn't find any 5.56. We found like 7.62. 5.45 was hard too, wasn't it? Was it all of it? There's one that we found, and then we got into 5.45 late, and now it's hard for it to stay here, pretty much.
Yeah, I mean, I've only had a 74 since
20
Clash Bash 21. That's when Mario gave me mine.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So about almost 3 years.
No, I was like a year and a few months. Clash Bash 21.
It's 2023 right now.
Right. We just had KB22 a few months ago.
Right.
So it's only been like a year and a few months since KB21.
Whatever. Can't count.
Yeah, STG-44. That's what I was trying to think of. That was at the PSA booth, the Hill and Mac, because they bought that company that like never quite made the STG-44 they were trying to make for so long. That was cool. That thing weighed a ton. It was cool. The retro ARs they were making, cooler. Way cooler.
Cooler.
Yeah. PSA says they're going to start making all that ammo. KUSA is importing ammo. They're not making it. They keep saying it's made for us. They just found a way to import it where it's not illegal. The Rack 9 I just got for $300. That's that 9mm Wasser, right? It's just a Chiappa, if that's what I'm thinking of. Just one of those Romanian Chiappas. Hornady is expensive. Yep. I would never pay for that ammo, ever. Like, even if that was the only 5.45 we could ever get, I would just stop shooting 5.45. There's no way I would pay Hornady prices to go out and do the amount of shooting that we do. Nope.
It's like $5 a round.
Dude, that indoor match I went and shot,
Yeah.
they were like, no steel case ammo whatsoever. And I really wanted to shoot my AK, and I'm like, I thought about it. I'm like, all the ammo I have here at the house, all the ammo I have at the shop, I don't have any brass case 223. I never buy the stuff. I had to spend $140 to buy 200 rounds of Winchester white box just to go shoot this match.
Seriously?
That's what brass case costs.
That's
And
why
I'm
we
sitting
shoot
and like,
base all
I'm
the
like,
time. It's cheaper.
and I'm thinking, I can't believe people honestly get pissy that I shoot 5.56 AKs
Yeah.
when they're buying that type of brass case ammo for their ARs. I can buy for half the price. Well, maybe not half the price, but a third of the price. I can buy steel case 223 and have 100% reliability. The accuracy is perfectly fine, and I can shoot just as much, if not more, than those guys for way cheaper. Like, I don't understand why people argue and get so bent out of shape about NATO AKs.
Speaking of brass
Like, what is
case,
not to like?
tell them about what Cody's doing for the
Oh,
wedding.
we're not going to have a flower girl at the wedding. We're going to have a spent casing boy.
What song?
Oh, he's going to walk out to George Michael, father figure. It's going to be hilarious.
Like, hilarious.
I haven't been counting questions. Let's just say that was 2 questions. 3 more. Do I have to lose my AK pistols in a boating accident with the new SBR ruling that says AK pistols imported with braces can only be destroyed or surrendered? I'm not an ATF agent. You know, you do whatever makes you happy. I don't plan on doing anything I don't want to do. What is recommended? What is the recommended 5.56 AK to buy? Depends on how much money you have to spend. They're all drastically different in price. Yes, we have a PTR 32. That video is coming soon. It's at the gunsmith right now. When it gets back, we're definitely making a video. There's something very special about this PTR 32 that I cannot wait to show. All right, let's do 2 more questions, Rachella. You answer one, you pick one, make sure it's a good one, and I'll pick the last one.
Okay. Well, this guy just joined just now. Just joined the stream. Have y'all talked about the FEG Dragunov yet? What's your opinion on these things? Crazy expensive.
Yeah, like $7,500 expensive. They're awesome. They so B&T's importing them now. They had them at the B&T booth at SHOT. You know, it used to be who imported them last time? It was Atlantic? Was it Atlantic Firearms that imported them last time? I think it was Atlantic. Someone's gonna tell me in the comments really soon. But yeah, B&T's importing them now, and they're like the exact same price they sold for last time. I think they're freaking awesome, man. There's no way in hell I'd be paying $7,500 for it. Copper Customs, right? There's no way I'd pay that. I don't know if there's any gun I would pay that kind of money for. I just ain't got it in me to pay that. They're freaking super nice, though. I know Krebs Custom has one right now, and he's like doing a big trigger job on it. He's actually made a bunch of videos on Instagram, and he's kind of like showing the parts up close, and even he's saying, he's like, man, these things are nice guns, very nice guns.
got a good collection.
Oh, Krebs has a honey hole of good stuff. Tony bought a 74 built by Krebs the other day just because he was trying to like get rid of some guns, and I'm like, when Tony told me what he
just
paid
bought
for it, he just bought it. But he paid like $1,200 for it. I'm like, hold up. Like, original barrel Bulgarian 74? He's like, yeah. I'm like, you bought a Krebs custom. It's even got a Krebs engraving. I'm like, you bought a Krebs custom Bulgarian
Let me guess.
OG
He's
barrel
never let us
74.
touch it.
It's at the shop. I'm like, bruh, $1,200 for a Krebs 74. Damn, dude. Like, buy of the century. Anything Krebs touches, it's kind of like Fuller. Like, Krebs is just known. He's been around a long time.
Mm-hmm.
He is known to be one of the best in the country still to this day. He's one of the OGs, man. Been around just as long as Fuller has. Any gun built by Krebs is just one of those boutique AKs that will always gain value. It's funny, you know, Tony and I were talking about making a video talking about, like, boutique AKs not many people talk about, like Old Armory USA and then Arsenal USA AKs, Gordon Techs, the Krebs, the Fullers, some guys that are on AK files that not many people know about that are like in such high demand, people like Two Rivers. We want to make a video talking about just these boutique AK builders that if you have something by them, they are going to be freaking collector's pieces that just continue to go up and up in price.
Yep.
It's just like another rabbit hole to go down in the AK world. All right, let's find the last question. And then we have like over 100 people watching. This is wild. Y'all need to tune in earlier, man.
Yeah, it's night
when,
time.
when we have all the energy.
I'm getting sleepy.
And y'all missed us like asking the hard questions, like if you wipe your butt sitting down or standing up. And some of the answers I did not like.
Nope.
I'm kind of concerned.
And they're watching cringe videos of mom and dads. Ugh. TikTok. That's for TikTok.
All right, someone asked a really good question before we end it. I want something juicy and tasty and filling and good.
Dude, I'm so full from dinner.
Yeah, that was good. That's good stuff.
Stuffed me. You gonna read the question?
We've talked a lot about Zastava and PSA. Let's get something good.
Yeah. Something very good.
I feel like that's all we've talked about was like Zastava. 5.56 AKs, Zastava. Why AKs are so expensive.
Dogs for sure.
We kind of talked about this earlier, but we can end on this. What is it going to take for the U.S. to make good AKs? The one thing that none of us want it to be, and that's time. Honestly, I think they're going to have some years underneath their belt making these things to pay off all the tooling, to really figure out how to make them without data packs. Those of them that don't have the data packs, I think they just need time. And they should start charging more.
They start hiring. Well, they are hiring, but like more pay for these builders and stuff. That's why it's working.
That's what it's going to take. It's going to take time, and they're going to have to. The AKs are going to have to be more expensive. Mm-hmm. But the problem is, the people that are buying these AKs, the people that buy American AKs, I think more often than not are brand new to the AK game and they can't afford the imports, and there's nothing wrong with that. So they buy the next best thing. They buy something American made and they hope that it's okay. Well, those people keep these American companies, not only keep them in business, but they keep them at that level of not like pushing beyond that point. They're making them, they're selling them. What's the point of continuing to make them better? If they're not getting that many back on return, like enough to really start really like adjusting some QC and changing some things, then they're just going to stay at that level forever. In my humble opinion, I think they should charge more for them, meaning have better quality people making them, better quality people monitoring the QC, have better metallurgy, really invest in the proper machines and just pay that shit off. Like that, but I just don't see how that's going to happen anytime soon. So more expensive, and time. That's the only way they're going to get better. I don't know how else to do it. I mean, they're going to have to keep selling them. They're going to have to keep breaking and keep fixing them. So that time solves. And they're going to have to make a profit on them. They're going to have to be expensive. They have to pay American labor. We Americans are pretty spoiled, and we think we deserve a lot of money for pretty basic-ass, easy-ass jobs now, unlike other countries. So you have American pay to contend with, and then you have to make money on top of that. They're going to have to be expensive. It's going to take some time. That's all there is to it. All right, I promised Rachel that would be the last question.
Oh, donuts sound so good right now. Flood Mution said Krispy Kreme donuts or classic donuts.
Like the last 2 nights, we'll be laying in bed at 11.
Please
and she's like, man, I'm hungry. And I'm like, damn, I'm hungry too. But we just end up going to sleep.
That was last night.
Yeah.
After when we ate like freaking pasta, we ate like lasagna and spaghetti and bread and salad at his family's Valentine's get together thing. And then we get home and like maybe an hour later, we're hungry again.
Yeah. Well, I definitely appreciate everyone watching. And Rachel, you were only going to get on this thing for like 20, 30 minutes. You stayed on here this whole time. That was really fun.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. Thank you for having me.
So, you know.
You're so far away.
Yeah, I know. One whole room away. You know, if you guys want Rachel to come on and do this more, she's here every night, you know.
Well, I'm usually behind the scenes, but.
Usually behind the scenes. I can definitely have Rachel on more. Rachel is such a huge help to this channel, and that's the main reason I wanted to have her on tonight. She's working the camera in the background. She's always out there filming. She, in the past 9 years, has come from someone who was never around guns, never shot guns, to owning her own guns, shooting competitions, practicing shooting on her own time. She carries a pistol everywhere she goes. She's helping me keep this YouTube channel alive by working the camera and just always being there to support anything that I need help with to put this stuff on. Waking up at 5 a.m. to sit in a truck and drive 3 hours across Texas to go shoot matches. She's there for all of that. And she's come a long way. She's become a phenomenal shooter. And she's really immersed in AK culture and just being into guns in general. She's come a long way. So this was a big Rachel appreciation video. And
well, thank you.
Yeah, I think the people enjoy you.
You're the last one out of the bed every morning. Just make the bed. That'll make me so happy. Me coming home to a nice bed that's made will be awesome, Clay.
I don't know how to do that.
Oh, and then stop leaving all the lights on. Someone asked me in that questions. I forgot to read that. It goes, what's the thing that Clay does to make you mad? Well, I just said it. Oh, and then you leave your shoes in front of the door where I can trip on them when I get home. But that's love. That's just love, right? What's the thing you don't... Wait, what do you get aggravated with me? What do you not like about me?
When your spidey senses tingle when I'm relaxing and you have to come in there to complain about something, about me not making the bed, about me leaving lights on or something. You always bring it up right when I've like just started to recline and I've got my drink, and then it's like, babe, and I'm like, Jesus, what? You're just gonna leave every light on in the house and not make the bed? I'm like, you had all day to bring that up. It's like, you know that I'm relaxing. Anyway, that's my pet people. Everyone, thank you for watching. Go follow Rachel on Instagram. It's Rachellabella107. She's on a ton of the YouTube videos. If you like the Svetlana character, we're definitely going to bring her back very soon. And we'll see you all very soon. We're going to go live more and more, especially leading up to the event. It's difficult to keep pumping out YouTube videos with the event right around the corner. I just don't have the time to film, so we're going to try to keep you guys entertained, hanging out with you on weeknights and talking. So anyway, guys, have an awesome night, and we'll see you next time.
Have a good night, guys. Bye.